I will also note something that is actually kind of important to keep a note of, and that is that March, the independent trade capital sort of place, which would otherwise probably be the best place for us if we wanted to just vanish and be a face in the crowd, is perhaps somewhat dangerous because OX291, one of the people who had a crime report with us, is Zoe LaRue apparently, and she is what we believe to be some sort of runaway member or heiress of House LaRue, who hold a lot of power in March.
Gotcha.
And yeah.
And throughout the sector.
Yeah, so if they think that she's associated with us, then March is not going to be nearly as much of a vanish into the crowd place as we might like it to be.
I see.
To clarify throughout the sector a little bit, and the power of House LaRue, it is a little bit indirect. House LaRue has a lot of influence over the exchange of light, which is basically the sector-wide established or banking establishment. And so it's exchange of light that has a lot of power throughout the sector, and it is House LaRue that is in bed with the exchange of light on March, which is headquartered on March also.
Yeah.
All right.
And one of their daughters decided, fuck all that, I want to be a space pirate and came with us by the looks of it.
I don't think I said it in the session last week, but she does have the nickname the Princess of March.
Not that we would ever know that. Because we have amnesia.
Yes. And I don't think it's something that Rajuan would have said. You know, with his stately manner. All right. Well, that was a good and thorough recap. Thank you, everyone, for that. We jump right in with, well, what do we want first? Do we want to take Koana out to the range prior to informing Rajuan and give her a little bit more instruction in weapons and combat training? Or are we going to talk to Rajuan first? The silence is not a good answer.
If the decision is made that she's going to join, then I don't really see any harm of telling Rajuan, yeah, it's happening.
Okay. Yeah, you were the one that wanted to talk to Rajuan in person. I think the rest of us would have been fine with just pinging him a message saying, oh, by the way, we're taking off to your daughter and told, bye.
Okay.
So, unless someone is joining Elise will do it by herself.
I'm fine with letting Elise do it alone. Just, get ready to lift off.
Yeah. I'm gonna be running like that scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, that or yeah. I think there's multiple movies that have scenes like that. Oh yeah, that's the one where they're coming over the hill.
Yeah.
There's also, I think, Pirates of the Caribbean has a scene like that too.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Just got that one person running. He's like, what's he running? What's he crying about? What's he yelling at us? It's like, ready the ship, ready the ship.
There you go. I've moved you over and you happen to be in the correct boxes.
There's just a crowd of because of course it's a hive mind. So you piss off Rajuan and everyone's gonna get pissed off and swarm.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Actually, maybe I should go with you.
It's always a hive mind.
Well, I will say if there's someone heading back into Mona, into the city, Das will head along with.
Yeah.
Get another one of those things from the from the stall.
Yes,
If not,
I'll tag along. I've stayed back at the Vasa every other time. I'll tag along.
Okay. Oh wow. Got a whole council going to see Rajuan.
Probably have a token for Koana as well. It should be.
Oh, and you want Kawana to go also?
I mean, she wanted to come and say goodbye to her grandpa in person, didn't she?
No, she doesn't.
No. Oh, okay.
She said that she would feel too sad and she doesn't want to cry in front of you guys.
Okay. Well, you know, in that case, I will. Nah, fuck it, I'll go. I'll go.
She'll go with you to the city. And she'll go with Das to get some clothes and treats and Cinnabon and stuff. If you think that she should go with you.
Needs to pack her bags.
Yeah,
it's her choice.
It's true, she does have to pack her bags also. And she does want to say goodbye to her grandpa, just not with you guys.
Okay. That seems fair.
We'll allow it.
Okay.
Because remember, this is not a kidnapping.
For legal purposes, this is not a kidnapping. She is of age and she chose to, and this planet's laws say that that's okay.
Yep.
Alright. Well, we'll do Rajuan first. He is, as you've now experienced most times when you meet him, in his office.
I thought you were going to say pissed off at our English shenanigans, but that works too.
Not yet. Not yet.
True, we haven't actually spoken yet, have we?
Nope. He invites you in, stands from his chair behind the desk as he does so, and then sits down, inviting you to sit.
I shall sit.
800. Elise will go over to the chairs by the desk. Take a seat there.
Mm-hmm.
Das will take the sofa.
What was that?
Das will take the sofa.
You're very quiet. Also, can you repeat that, please?
Am I?
Yeah.
Das will take the sofa.
Okay. Turning you up a bit.
It should be the same setup as last time. Okay. Maybe I was just talking in the wrong direction.
Talking the wrong direction is a frequent problem.
Yeah.
Maybe you were just talking
Only on
about
this
it, who
mic.
knows?
Only on this mic though. The other mic's good.
Well,
And yeah, go ahead.
You can go ahead first.
No, I was just gonna say I was actually prompting you to continue with a kind of just simple detail. He looks over expectantly.
Yeah. So at least we'll say, so we've made a decision as a crew that Koana will be allowed to join us.
His thin old lips pinch. And he nods. And you will do everything within your power to keep her safe.
I promise you that. I don't know how much those words mean, but they're there.
I will
Yes,
not
it's
to harp
everything that we
on.
can.
Yes, not to harp on this, but they mean more now than before. So I'll take them.
And we'll bring her back to visit when we can. If... Wait, no, not if. When.
When? Yes. Very good. Let me send you with a small investment, financial investment in Koana's well-being. Spend it as you need. I understand that that you've faced some equipment malfunctions and other personal belonging difficulties. He slides over a credit card. Credits are handled in my setting on either chits or cards. I've done away with the whole cubes thing. While novel, it was very unwieldy. And cards are just, easier.
I'll miss my cube. Well, actually, it was never my cube anyway, so it was just Zoe, wasn't it?
I was gonna ask, did you actually like the cubes?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't have a strong opinion about the cube.
Yeah.
I'm just being difficult after they're gone.
Oh, okay. So that's allowed. You're a player. That's actually expected.
Okay. As he examines the card, how much is on it?
Yeah, it's a simple, cards are a simple holographic display. Usually it's, pictures of family, friends, a dog, or a corporate logo or something. Sorry, not holographic. Simple video display. Like picture frames, basically. And, some that are more advanced do have holographic displays and actual like computers that can kind of be programmed to code things and do transactions. Those are more for high-level merchants and bankers. The everyday person just needs the picture frame card. And this has a picture of a smiling Koana, Koana at play and having fun with her friends. There are a few pictures that slide past. Eventually you'll see. They're not flashing past, but you'll eventually see these. That I'll show Koana, living a fun and peaceful life in Mono City, and just one picture that's not Koana, and it is a very stern look from Rajuan. Opening the display to see the account details, you can see that there are 5,000 credits on it.
5,000?
5,000.
Yeah, 5,000, as you'll say aloud. That's quite a chunk, thank you.
I hope you will, as you promised, take the safety, security, and comfort of my granddaughter as seriously as I do. And this is just a small symbol of that value for people who think in more numerical terms.
Can't put a price on human life.
I would like to see my granddaughter before she leaves. I understand you brought her back into the city.
Oh yeah, Daz, you were with her last, weren't you? Where did you say she was going again?
I think the idea was that Das and Koana would go out and hit the city after this meeting, because otherwise y'all would have been delayed a little bit for Das to be here. Just a timeline wise makes more sense that way to me.
I was just trying to bring Ginger into the conversation because it's been me, Jekyll, and you so far.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
I have no idea where Koana would be. Like out of character, I've got no idea.
Awkwardly standing outside the room waiting for her turn.
Yeah, just awkwardly outside.
No. She told Dash that she was going to go pack up and that she'd meet Dash at the Cinnabon.
Okay. Yeah. So she's packing.
Yeah, she wanted to come say goodbye to you, but she's got to get her stuff ready first, you know?
Yes, of course. Well then. This is a sorrowful and optimistic parting. Is there anything else you needed?
Percy sort of chews his lip a little bit, try to think of anything, and then he looks over to Elise to see if she can think of anything that he's forgetting.
No, I think that's about it.
Okay. And Koana now has an official Raza token.
Hey, oh fuck, she's massive.
Nice.
Yeah, that's...
Eyes of the sun. Jesus Christ.
I thought we were bringing on board a human, not a giant.
yeah.
It's like, we were talking about whether she'll fit into the ship. I don't think she'll fit into the ship.
Yeah, Koana, as it happens, is the size of the entire shopping district. We can just leave the ship here, and if she holds her breath, she can jump us from sector to sector.
See, they have pre-tech here. They're actually all giants that are shrunk down pre-tech on this planet. And also a hive mind.
And also a hive mind. I have no idea why you think everything's a hive mind, Meowk, and that's crazy talk.
That's crazy talk.
Okay.
Look, if you guess hive mind enough time, you'll eventually run into an actual hive mind. You'll be ahead of the curve.
Conspiracy theory in 101.
Yep.
All right. So, the three of you, I'm assuming, leave Rajuan's office here. And, Dash spend some time with Koana in this section of the city. What do you guys get up to?
Well, we're definitely doing the Cinnabon.
Okay.
Wander around. I guess kind of see if there's anywhere that Koana wants to go before we leave and go there.
Well, Koana wants to update Dash's wardrobe.
Okay. What sort of update is she thinking?
Well, almost all of the clothing here is various forms of robes.
I was just thinking that it's going to be white robes, isn't it? Because that is kind of the option here.
That's kind of the option. There are the occasional people walking around in those loose, I want to call them parachute pants, but just kind of loose white pants. Some in other colors, but the pants are rare enough that white is almost all you see.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of it is robes in white with some browns, earthy colors, and some pastels in pink and blues and greens thrown in.
Does any of it look like it has a reasonable amount of pockets?
No, not really.
No, I didn't think it would somehow.
Mm-mm. In fact, you remember from when Kawana first tackled 800, or Elise, she tossed what she was carrying from the store to her friend to hold.
Yeah.
We can add pockets.
That is true, actually. That is true. We have a fancy workshop. Das has fixed 0. I'm sure she would, she might actually have the skills to just like sew in some pockets.
Yeah, it really can't be that hard.
Yeah.
And judging from the patches on some of Das's clothes, she probably sewed some of those.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll see what Kawana's got in mind then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will actually let you decide. I mean, it's not so much what Kawana's got in mind here. It's more what Das will let Kawana put on her. And Kawana has the entirety of monoculture fashion here. So
yeah.
Which is not that expensive.
It's not that expensive. So when the two of you come back to the ship, I'll let you describe how Kawana has has, what is it called, an updo, blow up,
Yeah.
It's called
makeover. Fashion
Right.
Glow
makeover.
up works.
Yeah.
Glow up works.
Well, so based on what you said, whenever it was we got into our quarters, most of what's in Das's quarters was quite patterned, right?
Yeah, a lot of it was patched up. There weren't any holes in anything because they were all patched up. Most of her attire was oversized, and not just because she's short, but there seemed to be some intent for it. For it being overly large and baggy.
Yeah, so you can put a bunch of stuff in the pockets. It's hard to put things in pockets if all the stuff's tight, Got to be a bit baggy so you can fit things in the actual pockets. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I don't think Das would want like white robes, but if there's some that aren't like just white, I think she'd accept it at least.
Yeah. The robes that aren't white are the rebels of monoculture. and you definitely can get those. There's room for expression of individuality here. Another hive mind.
Yeah. You sure though?
That's exactly what they want you to think.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, anything that's within that kind of range of colors, you could get full robes out of. While you're thinking on that, I am going to move over to the rest of the crew, who I believe one of your thoughts for the vignettes was to, let's see, get Kawana involved in well, you wanted to have a discussion with her, but you also wanted to get her involved in a bit of shooting and target practice, with the idea of starting that before you even leave the planet. Is that still something you want to do? Do you remember that?
I'm sure it was part of it.
Distracted for a second there. What did you say?
So you had talked about doing some hollow terrain training, trying to.
Yeah.
And
I was mostly saying that it was a shame we didn't have a holodeck on the Raza.
Yes. And then the discussion following that was, you could just kind of set something up like that outside the ship. You've already set up some targets. You could set something up outside the ship. At least that's how I'd interpreted that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think that's, like I say, the range is there. That's already the beginning of it. So I think when we get back to the ship, Percy would engage in setting up like some sort of a rough simulation of firefight terrain, I guess,
Okay.
and also invite Elise to help him set it up so that neither of them has an unfair advantage in like knowledge.
Yeah, I'll contribute to putting targets up in kind of more odd, less conspicuous areas.
Okay. And we'll jump to that if you're ready with the reveal of new DAS, Indra.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Das had gotten a message, get Cinnabon for the rest of us, so she does that?
Yeah, we're definitely picking up. Yeah, definitely picking up a Cinnabon for everyone.
Okay.
Big ones.
Yeah. As her and Koana are, as a going away, you guys were given like 24 Cinnabons. And so,
Awesome.
as Das and Koana are carrying these out to that lobby area where you're supposed to meet up with Percy and Elise. What do Percy and Elise see?
Well, I think the first thing is the massive stack of Cinnabons.
There's a dash behind that stack somewhere.
Yeah, there's a dash over there somewhere.
I was going to say, I think what we see is 2 stacks of Cinnabons with legs.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 stacks of Cinnabons with legs. That's about right. Yeah, Das has found, like, in the set of available robes, whatever is sort of not like bright blue, but not like really unsaturated or anything, sort of blue enough.
Okay.
Sort of
like
mid shade,
maybe a sky-ish blue.
Yeah, maybe a little bit darker, but round about there.
Can you point to the Mono Sky on your screen? I'm kidding.
Honestly,
you don't.
the box color is, is
yeah,
probably closest. Yeah.
Okay.
And just robes.
Any trim or diagonals or sashes to offset the blue?
Maybe a bit of white. Yeah. A little bit of white. Can't use the Gotta know where it came from somehow.
Don't know where what came from?
Well, where the robe. If it's not got white on it, we won't remember where it came from.
Oh. Right.
It came from Planet White.
True. All right. So that's what Percy and Delise see.
You need a hand with that pile of buns bigger than you are, kid?
That's good. I'm good. I got him.
Okay. Koana?
She's the same. No, I'm fine.
Okay.
There's gonna be a car waiting outside anyways, so we won't have to carry them long.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, well, in that case, Connor, if you've said bye to your grandpa, then we'll head back to the ship.
Yeah. We spent a little time. And Ginger, there was a point at which Koana, took her leave while maybe while Das was figuring out what she wanted topped on all of the Cinnabons, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, there is a car waiting outside. It is large enough for all four of you and the Cinnabons. And,
okay, so what you're saying? So what you're saying is there's a tank waiting outside. because that's what we need to transport this many Cinnabons.
I think an ATV will do the job also.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, a stars without number ATV will.
Yeah.
Not an Earth ATV. And the driver takes you back to your ship. The black box is finished installing, and the assessment of the damage to the ship and its pre-tech systems is finished. With the engineers telling you that they don't have anything that they think can help you right now, or basically that they're gonna have to do a little bit more research, and you should be able to come back in a month, or anytime after a month, and they'll have something for you, courtesy of Rajuan. One of them makes a note that he attached the name. He attached Koana's name to this also, with a note for care of Koana. Oh. The Cinnabons are offloaded and I would imagine taken to the galley where they're probably promptly opened and some of them eaten. Yes.
Yeah. The important question is, does anybody else tell her about the fridge before she tries to put something in it or take something out?
I think if Das had remembered, she'd have specifically said not to mention anything.
I think you're probably also used to it.
Yeah. We maybe just don't even think to mention it. It's like that's just what happens, you know.
No, you know what? That may actually be a good idea. Like, at some point we should flip open the fridge, see how she reacts.
Well, she's doing that. She recognizes what a fridge is, and this may register to some of you as an uh-oh, or it may just register as a okay, that's happening. She does open the fridge and find space for some of the boxes that have been unopened, and you know that within 1 to 5 minutes, maybe up to 10 sometimes, probably while you're eating.
Yeah, while Das is talking to Koana or something, I'll just nudge. Are we all there having Cinnabons, or is it just the three of us just got back?
With the Cinnamons being in the ship, Douglas is there.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think our arrival would have been enough of an event that people would probably notice.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I'll just nudge whoever's sitting closest to me, and I'll just quietly say, she opened the fridge. Treat it like a real alert. I want to see how Koana handles it. Pass it on.
Conspiratorial looks.
Yeah, so can we get that message passed around the table before the alert goes off?
Yeah. Let me go ahead and get a. What would this be? I think a wisdom sneak check from everyone. This is a
Okay.
combination of subtlety, subterfuge, and attentiveness to pass a message when she's least paying attention.
Wisdom sneak, you said. Okay.
Well, okay. I was gonna say, I think I've seen enough. You can certainly roll if you want to, Nox, but it's not necessary. The message is passed successfully, and you're able to carry on conversation and chatter as if nothing happened and nothing were about to happen, with Kawana kind of greedily just begging for how you handle things, what kind of adventures you've had. She is actively inquiring about what you do, what you do on the ship. Not like she hasn't gotten quite out to the whole what do you do as far as like piracy or terrorism or saving the galaxy or anything. She's still local. What do you do on the ship? And nothing terribly specific, so it's all just kind of general stuff that you can answer easily without showing her anything. And then the yellow alert goes off, and she jumps. She looks around. The lighting changes. The not bright, but the adequately bright mess hall lights go yellow, and she looks panicked. She looks to Elise. What do we do? What is this?
Close the fridge.
The fridge is closed. She did close it.
Oh, darn.
Delayed a bit.
Percy will jump out of his seat and just like visibly tensed, and just look around a bit, like sort of snapping his head left to right, and then go, "Stay here," and bolt out of the kitchen.
Oh no! I'm not even gonna make you roll perform for that. she has been rattled enough that she believes that is exactly as it sounds.
So we've gone from rattling Zaber to rattling Rajuan to rattling rattling Kawana.
Yes, you have.
Yeah. Of course, Percy is actually going to he's only going to go about as far as the next corner and then stop.
Okay. Does anybody else?
If she comes out into the corridor, he's not immediately standing there,
She doesn't. She stays right where she is, and she looks to everyone else for guidance.
Come on, guys, play along.
I think Douglas is playing along.
Just getting very mixed results.
She sits back down slowly, eyes still wide. What is that?
It's the yellow alert.
That means we're under attack, right?
No. Well, in some context, maybe.
What does it mean now?
At least they have the radio comm, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Percy, how bad does it look outside?
What?
It's not great. I don't think this is one of the. Like, I know we get the occasional false ping, but I don't think this is one of those.
What could be outside?
Action, people, come on.
Is Union attacking again?
Wait, again?
Mm-hmm. Is Douglas saying wait again?
Yeah.
Okay. She looks over at Douglas. Oops.
We're getting real information out of this, y'all.
You are. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a show of pulling out my data slab and checking. It's like, oh no, it's just it was an airlock open alert, is what it pops up as.
Does that mean somebody on board?
Percy?
Yeah, airlock open alert. Yeah, I see it. Which one is that again? I'll go check it out.
Okay.
She's starting to detense. She's starting to relax a little bit. Looks around and says, "You're all so calm."
Yeah, I can't keep it up. It's the fridge.
The what?
Yeah, whenever you open the fridge.
It triggers the yellow alert.
Step one of the Raza. There's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Why is that a thing?
God damn it, guys!
Well, at first I needed the parts from it, and it's just got all the right smart parts for the internal comms, and then I just never got around to fixing it, and well.
Have you never had a culinary emergency before?
No!
Well, aren't you privileged?
At this point, Percy comes back out of the canteen looking kind of equal parts disgruntled and disappointed, and he goes, "God damn it, guys! We were only gonna get this was the only time we were going to be able to catch up with the fridge thing. I thought it'd be a good stress test, but no."
A Cinnabon goes flying past Percy.
What did I to roll to catch it?
That was a pretty bad throw from her, so I'm gonna say Dex exert of 10, because Percy needs to leap. It's not within arm's reach.
Okay. And no, if I need to leap, then I'm not gonna bother.
Okay.
I'm not being physical save anyways. No evasion. Counter evasion.
Oh, what was that, American?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing important.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 4 is lower than my armor class anyway.
Oh, absolutely yes.
Yeah. I don't think you can get lower than what, an 8 or something like that.
Pretty sure Percy's unarmored armor class is 11.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd expect it to be 9 to 11 somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry about that, Kwana. I knew the yellow alert was going to ping when I saw you opening the fridge, and I thought that maybe we could see how you handle stress by treating it as if it was a real alert, so that we know if you're likely to panic when a real alert goes off. But apparently nobody else has my sense of comedy. And I'll just give a look to the rest of the table.
the
I thought just calmly eating the Cinnabon was pretty funny, actually.
the red anger in her face is draining slowly.
Well, yeah, but we need to agree on the same funny bit to do beforehand.
Did I pass?
Well, we're not a comedy troupe.
I don't know. I bolted straight out the room. But how did she react?
She panicked the entire time, wanting to know what was going on, and then when she found out what was going on, was still tense. So
I'll work on that.
that wasn't a negative, at least not for me.
Sounds like.
It's better than an alert going off and completely ignoring it.
I mean,
yeah.
I feel like the
important.
negative thing would have been for you to, run around aimlessly trying to fix something that you didn't know anything how to fix it.
Mm-hmm. Or freak out. Like you, the first thing you did was you looked to somebody who knew what they were doing, or who you thought knew what they were doing, and said, "What do we do?" Which, yeah, that's acceptable.
Yeah.
Oh.
Especially since you're like just here.
Okay. Well, that was mean. But I'm glad I passed. Kind of.
Hey Dex, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Have we taken off into space yet? Have we left Mona?
No, I was imagining that this has all happened still while you're on the planet, because you were still wanting to actually use the whole target range thing that you'd set up outside the ship.
Yes, gotcha. Okay.
Perhaps we should backtrack a bit and maybe revisit. So, Union attacks this planet.
You're not supposed to know that, but it has.
Oh.
Union wants to mine Mona, and no administrator has ever agreed to the price that they've offered, and Mona City has always repelled any forceful attempts.
Hmm.
Huh. Well, that's good to know.
You can't tell Raj when I slipped, please.
I don't know what we can really do with that information anyway, so I don't see the reason to let Radwan know. That
Thank
we know.
you.
But besides, you're one of us now. Don't worry about it.
That cheers her up a lot. And she is
speaking
kind
of one of us,
bouncing.
I think that there's a bit of information that we should go over.
Okay. Don't open the fridge.
No, this.
Hey, at least you get to be in on it the next time we recruit someone.
I don't want
starting
to
think we I am starting to think we should probably fix that.
Yeah, probably.
No, it's a good test. It's a good test for the newbies. You're settling down to eat, suddenly an alarm goes. What do you do? I like it.
Very scary.
But we don't need the. But
we don't need it to be triggered by the fridge.
You're right.
We could schedule it from a data pad and then have it happen.
I almost peed myself. Too much information.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. Sorry, Alicia was saying.
Well, I think this is probably the best time to mention the other bit of information. Something that I think we've only told Rajwan so far, so if nobody minds.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Ironically enough.
I asked Kalana, could you sit down for a second?
She is sitting. She was actually kind of bouncing a little bit when Percy said that she's part of the crew.
So I just I'll stand up from wherever I was and walk over and stand in front of her, and then after like a second of standing in front of her, no, I think I'll sit too. So I take a seat next to her and say, so there's no real easy way to put this now that I'm thinking about this. But since you're going to be part of the crew, you should know that everyone in this room right now has no memories of the past, except for the past 2 months. So, yeah, whoever you knew we were as, those people don't exist anymore, in a sense.
What do you mean? But Last time we saw each other was more than 2 months ago.
Which means I don't remember it. Or anyone else here.
You did, though. Recognized me.
You ever see a movie or like a TV show before?
We get some here.
Yeah, I'm like one of the people in there. I was just, acting like I remembered you.
You don't know me? She looks around at all of you. None of you remember me?
Not been past 2 months.
What about Portia Lynn? She's not here. She'll remember me.
I wish I could tell you where Portia Lynn is, but I don't remember who she is, don't know where she is, and there's a sinking suspicion that she's just
she
not
may have
with
been
us.
There's a sinking suspicion. Oh, wait. Okay, right. We've just stopped there. Yeah. Okay.
Huh.
Neutral. Oh, okay.
Wait, how did that turn into an... Oh, the dice on my screen are different from the dice that actually rolled. The dice on my screen are a 4 and a 1.
That was the same for me, yeah.
Okay.
It does that every now and then.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Alright, and is anybody affecting that reaction? Or reaction roll?
Well, Elise is going into maybe a little bit more detail of like, it's fine, right? Think of it this way, right? You got onto the ship on your own merits, right? We may not remember you from the past, but we like the version of us that we are now. We like who you are. We think that you've got potential and all that jazz. Trying to like feed a lot of positive comments her way.
I mean more in the terms of like, does anybody have any traits or features that directly affect reaction rolls and want to use them?
No.
Like just a kid.
Yeah.
I'm the gun person. What do you expect me to have for reaction rolls?
Kind of aimed at me a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're the only one that has any kind of reaction swinging.
Yeah.
So I
just
guess
a kid. Work on just a kid.
It's once per day. Might as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Das is earnest. I guess. What would you say that looks like, Ginja? Optimism, liking her, favorable.
Yeah, I mean, maybe optimism of like Das has no idea what happened more than 2 months ago, outside of what she's found out, but she's still like optimistic about what the future has and where we're going, even though she doesn't actually know where that is.
Okay.
So.
And with Elise is trying to kind of turn around. Koana puts on a brave smile, and she says, "Well, then we'll get to know each other again." Hi, I'm Koana. She laughs nervously.
Hi, I'm Das. At least I think I'm Das.
Hey, Koana.
I don't know if I have other names.
Apparently Percy.
Oh, you don't know your names either?
How do we know?
I mean, there's a reason why I'm now going by Elise instead of Sarah.
Sad. I mean, I like Elise. That's not the sad part.
Well, I also don't think that Sarah's a real name either, so if it makes you feel better, it probably wasn't real either. Wow, that was really not the thing that I wanted to say there.
Everything I know about you guys is a lie. It's kind of cool, I guess. Granda still has a lot of trust in you, so even though this scares the hell out of me that I'm on a ship of dangerous people I don't know and who don't know me, I trust Grandad, and I'll do my best to learn this ship.
If it helps, you're on a ship full of dangerous people who you don't know and don't really know you, but who you gave a really strong first impression to.
Yay!
I mean, look, we decided to take you with us, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we didn't do it out of nepotism or, hey, yeah, we know you, we like you, you're a friend, come with us. We did it because you wanted to join up, and we figured, yeah, she seems nice.
I guess
she could help us, so, yeah.
I guess my first ship duty is to clean up Cinnabon from the wall. She gets up and looks around for a towel or something to clean up Cinnabon that she threw at the wall.
I'm quietly surprised that Das hasn't already started eating it off the wall, given what she's like.
No. See, I know there's more in the fridge, so I don't need to eat it off the wall.
Yeah, but if you open the fridge, then we're going to have a reenactment of this whole thing.
Yeah, that's fine. Everyone now knows, so we can ignore it.
God, I can mute servers temporarily. There's a server in my Discord that, I'm in a Discord server that is,
being very chatty.
And I don't want to mute them because I like the chat. But I also like having the icon exclusive to the Darkstar server so that I know I've got multiple visual indicators that something has been said.
So, temporary muting is great.
Yeah, temporary muting. Mute it for 3 more hours and we're good.
Sounds good.
So, yeah. She finds herself on the ship well enough to figure out, what cleans things up, what towel she can use there, and she takes quite a lot longer to do that, but she does take it upon herself to do that. Nobody's told her you got to clean that up. She is doing that herself. And
which is good of her.
Yeah. Which gives you guys more time to decide what you want to do with that combat exercise outside. That you've got about another hour before your ship is all primed up and ready to take off. And so you've got just that little bit of extra time to kill.
And one last chance for Koana to change her mind.
And one last chance for Koana to change her mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Percy will look at Elise and go, so, but that combat range that we set up, you're for shooting contest?
I think that I'd be up for that, yeah.
Yeah. So what kind of contest are you guys planning here? Are you looking at an active combat type situation, PvP? Well, character versus character. There is no PvP here. Like are Elise and Percy trying to tag each other with paintballs or something, or are you just doing some target shooting?
See, I would have liked some sort of PvP testing against each other kind of thing, but I didn't know if we had any paintballs or non-lethal rounds or such available to us, because the only things that we had were the guns that were in Percy's room and the shipment that was supposedly headed for Stet, and I assumed there was no non-lethal stuff in there.
Yeah, it would be difficult to come up with like a plausible reason for you to have anything like that on such short notice. It's something you could obviously build easily enough, but I just don't think it's plausible for it to have already come up as something you need and have been built.
It's something that is on Percy's mind, especially so that other people, so that he can do gun training and so can other people if they want to, because there's only so much target shooting that you can do. So that is very much on Percy's mind. But in the meantime, I'd say that when him and Elise were setting that up, we probably rigged up like some stationary targets, some that are on like, I don't know, springs or something that pop out of cover and then pop back into cover. Maybe some with like bits of string to simulate movement from one place to another.
That's easy.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, you guys have enough fix amongst you, and shoot can also help with that. You know, the kind of exercises that you'd be familiar with. So yeah, setting up mechanized targets is easy.
Yeah, so basically that was what we were doing earlier on. I got Elise's help to set up basically a mechanized shooting range.
Yeah.
I would have preferred firefight practice, but in the meantime, this will do.
Yeah, and you are wanting to bring Koana in on this also, right?
Yeah, so that she can watch if nothing else, but also if she wants to give it a shot, or if everyone else wants to give it a shot, pun intended, then they can. And Percy will, in fact, open that offer to everyone.
Yeah, Das will come along.
Okay.
Okay.
Is Das going to participate or watch?
Das is kind of like whatever Koana does, Das will do the same. If Koana decides to watch, Das will watch. If Koana decides to participate, Das will participate.
Okay.
Well, in that case, bring a pistol to be on the safe side, just in case, so you don't need to come back for one if she does want to take part.
Koana is in the observation camp.
Okay.
Das did not bring a pistol. But if Koana had been in the other camp, Das would have definitely brought a pistol. The advantages of sense to need.
Absolutely.
It's like, no, I didn't bring a gun. I didn't need one. I knew I wouldn't need one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with any kind of player versus player competition, I'm less inclined to just say, okay, roll dice, this is what happens, and more inclined to have you guys decide how you want things to play out. And if you want to use dice and you want to just roll your skills, that's perfectly fine. But I don't want to be the one that's setting the rules for how you role play the scene and work the mechanics into it. Unless you tell me to, in which case I'll come up with mechanics for you. And this is just such a scene where Percy and Elise are testing their combat abilities against each other. And, you know, one is going to be better than the other. It could be tied in some way, but, you know, we want to know how that plays out in some way. So how do you guys want that to play out? Do you just want to talk it through, or do you want mechanics?
I'm happy either way. Jackal, do you want to talk it, or do you want to roll it? Well, I actually, just out of curiosity, what is Elise's shoot skill?
Her shoot skill is, I believe, a 1 at the moment. Let me double check.
Okay, and you've got a sharpshooter, whereas I've got, I've got Yeah. Yeah, whereas I've got level 2 gunslinger and big fun gun, so I'd say we're about equally proficient at the shooty thing. So it's going to be a good contest either way.
I think the defining characteristic between the two is that, you know, under pressure, I think Percy thrives, and in an environment far away where she has time to take her shots, Elise thrives.
And would it also be fair to say that Elise may be more accurate, but Percy more active, and more hits on target, even if they're not dead center?
Absolutely, yeah. Because Percy's super like twitchy and alert in a gunfight, like responding to the targets almost as soon as they pop up, rather than waiting to get a perfect shot on them. It's just immediately bang.
Hipfire versus ADS.
What was your thought on there, Jackal? It sounded like there was you wanted to add in something.
I think there's like a difference of like accuracy and precision, right? Maybe Elise is like really accurate, but not very precise, which is something that Percy is maybe the inverse, right? Because I think Gunslinger 2 lets him on a miss still hit, right?
That's I think that's kind of what I was trying to say with the kind of more shots on target, but at least more
It'd be the
accurate.
other way. I would say Elise is precise versus Percy being accurate.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
There.
Yes. So like Elise is.
I think we more or less all agree like what the outcome is. Just the specific words are different.
Yeah, like Elise would be like almost uniformly, like headshots or center of mass, whereas Percy has more overall hits, but they're like scattered a little bit all over the targets.
Yeah.
Still good disabling shots. You know, you took a chunk out of the guy's side.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He ain't gonna be shooting back after that.
No. Okay. Well, it's a good competition.
I think we will actually make a point of, or Percy will actually make a point of saying that to the spectators that there's no one right way to, well, there is one right way to conduct yourself in a firefight, and that is to get out of it alive. But beyond that, there's no one right way to conduct a firefight.
Does Elise have any?
And it's a matter of personal style.
Does Elise have any wisdom she wants to share with the class?
I don't think so at this point.
At some point in this, Koana kind of hanging out with Das. Little friendly comments here and there, but one meaningful thing she says is, I feel safer with these two.
They'll keep the ship safe at least.
Jackal. And what's the mood of the competition as it draws to an end? Is it a frenetic excitement, piercing calm? Are the two shouting at each other, or quietly complimenting good shot?
No, by the end of it, Percy is absolutely showboating a little bit.
Okay.
There does come a point where he hands the controller for all of the targets to Elise, goes to one end of the range, and takes out a pistol and goes, "You run the controls, bet you I can run the length of the range and hit at least 3/4 of them with you operating the controls. Pop them out as I go past. Ready?"
Ready.
And then he just starts running and shoots as he... Actually, can I make a shoot check for this?
Yeah, go for it. How high do you set the difficulty, Jackal? How high does Elise set the difficulty?
Can we have it be can I have a skill check to,
you sure can.
to do that? I don't wanna set the number by myself. I want that to be a little bit random.
Okay. So for me to decide what you're gonna roll, is Elise trying to make it easy or difficult for him? Is she
as difficult as possible?
Okay, great. Then let's go ahead and have you roll wisdom with precog.
Okay.
Oh, god damn it. God damn it.
What did you expect?
So you have to beat a 9.
Yeah.
I was expecting that we weren't going to be using our class abilities on each other, but that's how you were doing this.
I mean, things have to escalate.
And no, you don't get a bonus for being a warrior because it cancels out Elisa's precog bonus. I decided not to give. I was gonna give Elise a +1, and then I realized I would also be giving you a +1. So.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest, I wasn't actually going to use my sure head class ability because that would just make it no fun.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Shoot Dex.
Shoot Dex.
First we're scanning cats, now we're shooting the GM. What the fuck?
Yeah, hang on. I was gonna say no, don't shoot Dex. We won't have any game.
Yeah, no, I'm not shooting Dex. Okay. Let's see here.
Oh no, as a skill check. As a skill check.
Okay.
So not on that one.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, challenged at least three quarters of the targets, and let's just say that you guys set up 10. You got 8.
Yep. Hey.
All right. I want to turn and hand Percy the controls.
Okay. I see it just.
All right. For Percy, we're gonna use the same mechanics here. For Percy, same question. Is he trying to make it easy or hard?
I'm trying to make it about as hard as she made it for me.
All right. Then I'm gonna get a Dex notice check from you.
Dex for me?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then Jackal, you can use either Wisdom or Dex with Shoot. Oh wow! Hit the hit 9 on the dot.
Yeah.
This does count as target shooting, correct?
This does count as target shooting. Yes.
I will go with I'll go with Wisdom.
Okay. Oh.
Impressive.
Well, Elise has no difficulty with this, whether it's that the targeting was entirely predictable, whether it was entirely within her precog, or she's just that good of a shot. What's it look like, Jackal?
I think it's just a show of kind of, professionalism in a sense, right? As soon as the target comes out, it's almost an immediate bang shot. There's rarely a large delay.
Okay.
And every, we'll say that every shot hit, and every shot hit dead center.
Okay. And Percy was not able to juke her out. Over in the observer's corner, Koana is doing a quiet little clapping cheer for Elise. There's even a little under the breath, yay! Any final words before we shut down the target shooting scene?
Yeah, Percy's final words to Elise are, okay, yeah, no, you were definitely shooting some of those as I was bringing some of the target up. There was some of that, like, remember you said you had flashes of foresight before? There was some of that there happening, right?
Yeah, Elise is kind of like chuckling a little bit, but she's like, "Oh no, I'm definitely getting a migraine after this. I can feel it coming." Let's just hope that if we ever get into a fight, it ends that quickly, right?
Well, hey, look on the bright side. With two gunners as good as us, if we get into, that's what, I reckon as long as there's 18 guys who are standing mostly still and not shooting back at us, we're fine.
Yeah, I'd hate to be the cardboard cutouts we have to fight.
Yeah. No, but seriously, that was some really impressive shooting.
No, you as well.
And I think I had cut off Ginja. Were you saying there's something there at the end as well?
I was basically just saying Das's reaction would be less active, but she's definitely smiling.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Your ship is ready.
And Percy actually turned to the the viewers gallery and say, "Behold, our esteemed students. One day you too could be this good at shooting cardboard cutouts." Now come on! If you're not taking part in the shooting, help us take part in the cleanup. We set all these up. We may as well get them back. Take them with us.
Okay. She has changed out of her monorobes into something more like a jumpsuit. It is still of modern manufacture, so it is still on the lighter side. It's not white, but it is a light tan, and it is going to get dirty.
Probably always going to happen.
Yeah.
It's
going to happen eventually.
But yeah, she jumps to the to help with the cleanup, and
that will help too.
To get you guys ready to take off.
Meanwhile, presumably in the engine room where Douglas was not at the shootout.
There's Cinnabon crumbs all over the engine room now.
We come back to the engine room and Douglas is just laying back in a icing coma.
No regrets.
Well, the shooting range gets cleaned up, and you are given authorization to lift off from motor traffic control.
What was Nox doing?
What was John doing during that? If you're with us, Nox?
Yeah, John. Sorry.
119 was there watching the whole thing, but he didn't really say much. He was mostly there because he had his own business to take care of, which was just the cleaning out different guns. There is a large stockpile to go through, and they're all old and finicky.
Okay.
Just having a larger place to work on things.
Yeah, a little bit more open air and fresh instead of the stale and frequently sterile environment of the workshop. Feels more comfortable to him, doesn't it?
Yeah. The sounds of training are a little bit better than just the clang of machinery.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody is back aboard the Raza.
Percy would have invited you to shoot a few rounds with them, but I assume you turned it down.
Yeah. You guys are doing your own thing, and you can't match that energy.
Fair.
They are both like half his age.
Yeah. More like you can't match your shoot skill, but yes.
Well, there is something to be said about the experience of age and the reroll of an expert.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you're back on the ship, you're authorized to lift off. You're all up on the bridge. I'm assuming, well, some of you may be an engineer. Let me move you to the ship sheet there. Copy Koana real quick. Ship screen. That's the picture on the credits, the credit card. Just to remind you, every time you use it.
Staring at me into my soul.
I'm assuming you let Koana on the bridge for takeoff.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I didn't think you guys would deny her that. She's excited to be here. She buckles down into one of the crash couches, and actually she's gonna take a spot in the center. She eagerly watches all of you at your various positions, even if there's nothing for you to do, while you're taking the ship up into atmosphere. And I am jumping a little bit. I'm moving a fast tracking just a little bit. So if I'm jumping over something you wanted to do, let me know and I'll pause. But she's nervously giddy about the shakes and shudders of the ship as it beats up the planet's atmosphere to escape. And then the inertial dampers kick on, and in such a smoothness that it doesn't really feel like there's been an adjustment. You guys are familiar with it and can kind of tell when those dampers are on, mainly because most of you, at least at some point in your lost memories, have experienced being on a ship with no gravity. And I use inertial dampers to also mean artificial gravity. But Koana, when it gets into the smoothness of space with only the slight rumble of thrusters to vibrate the ship at all, is staring around wide-eyed. Is this what space feels like? It's
all right, so we're putting her in an EVA suit. You really want to feel space.
It's what being on a ship in space feels like.
It's so
space
smooth.
itself is a lot colder, I'm told.
It's just like being at home.
Except that you can't go outside.
Can't go outside.
And you just need a fancy suit.
And also that if you look at that window there, you can cover your entire home with your hand.
I can see. And she leaps up out of the crash couch after leaping up without unbuckling first and crashing back into the crash couch.
Which is why we call it a crash couch.
She eventually gets herself unbuckled and over to the monitor, and she is really excited to see the city and then her whole planet disappear behind you. I'm in space. And have you guys ever seen that that GIF? It's from some show or a movie, an animated movie. It's just a kind of a. Here we go. Let's just put it up there. That's Koala right now.
Nice.
She sits back down and lets you guys get back to whatever preparations you need to make for the journey to the horizon. Which honestly isn't much. John is or 119 is still piloting, right, Knox?
Yep.
Okay. And there's not much to do once you've lifted off and made sure that all systems are performing optimal. Yeah, there's a couple of errors that Douglas has to manually override because there's still a lot broken on the ship, and the ship wants to not work because of those errors. You have to tell it, okay, no, we do want you to work. Some communication.
It's like a printer. It's like, I'm trying to scan a document. Why do you need cyan ink?
Yes, exactly.
That's Megacorp's for you.
Yep.
But eventually there's actually just nothing for any of you to do for the next let's see, you got up to a drive 2, yeah?
I think, did you say we got to drive 3? I mean, obviously we don't have the rudders for jumps like that, but
did I put you drive 3 right away?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because we had because that was the functional equivalent of a Ready 3 spec drive.
Right. I forgot what I had done was I confused myself by creating a third tier. I didn't want to have you guys have to repair after drive 1 and then drive 2 and then drive 3. That's why I had it stepped drive 1, 3, 6. But given
it used to be. That's right. It did used to. It used to be drive 1.
Yeah, given your circumstances and the fact that you were willing to spend the full 3 weeks out there, given the circumstances, I was like, well, no, I'll add an extra tier for Drive 2 just to get them out of the system. But then you guys spent 3 weeks out there, and I'm like, no, okay, cool, we're done, we're good.
Yeah. I don't think I ever noticed that change.
Yeah. It's because the change was only put in halfway.
Well, because I think we had chosen to get upgrade the drive because we needed to get at least drive 3 because it was currently drive 1.
Yeah. I had written in my notes and then had made one little number change in the ship status screen, but I'd written in my notes that if you just tried to get it up to drive 2, I'd let you, as kind of an in-between step, but it didn't end up needing being necessary. So I just confused myself, and yes, you do have a drive 3.
Awesome.
Well, of course we do.
Right,
I just didn't realize we had a drive 2 before we had the drive 3.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna ignore that. You skip right over it.
Okay,
All's well that ends well. It's fine. We wanted a drive 3 eventually, anyways, and that comes with all sorts of benefits for travel. So
yeah,
it's hard to feel bad about that.
I also feel like it's a little bit better progression to let you get to drive 3, just because the ship is supposed to feel big and powerful, and that's at least a step in that direction.
Yeah. The only real issue is the being at drive 1 at any point, because the drive 1 is almost useless.
Yes.
In this sector.
The only people that can use a drive 1 in the sector and get around are those very, very, very rare and gifted starfarers.
Or people that just, like maybe in the UIS, if they never want to leave the UIS, they'd be fine.
Right.
Because there's some places. I mean, you could certainly live with the drive 1, but you'd pretty much be stuck in your little bubble.
Yeah. And there are benefits to building your own Drive 1 ship. It means that you're not building at the one shipyard that is good at building Drive 2s. So you can build it at your own private shipyard. Anyways, that is way out in the weeds here.
I was gonna say, which would be all well and good if we had our own private shipyard. As it is, we don't even have enough money to fix our guns.
Yes.
Oh yeah, by the way, Koana, the guns don't work.
That is a conversation you wanted to have, and
yeah, I was wondering when we were going to bring that up, and whether you should tell her or I should.
The moment. No, I was gonna put that out. Moment we're in space while she's all, I figured it's like, hey, this is the best time to do it, right?
So does he tell her this while she's kind of sitting there quietly giddy, or after she's gone back to the crash couch to watch you?
Oh no, watch you.
Wait. Oh. God damn.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine. If you really want me to wait, that's fine too. We can wait.
Yeah, look, okay. It's her first time in space. Let her enjoy it for a little bit at least.
Well, yeah, it's at about this point that she seems to be getting a little bored just sitting there watching you guys do nothing. She's trying to be a good student. She's trying to pay attention, but there's literally nothing going on. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, there's Douglas. And it takes her a few seconds to even parse what he said. And then, what? Wait, what did you say?
Yeah, the guns need a lot of work.
Okay, but we can do that, right?
I mean, yeah.
Guns.
But,
all the guns? Do you have any guns?
I'm just. Does she have a compad or anything? I can send the specs of what we need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just gonna here. Have a look at the shop, the grocery list here.
She looks over it. Okay, this doesn't look too hard. It just takes some time, right? And parts.
And work.
Okay.
Well, don't worry. We'll be working on it. You might learn.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to have a great grasp on just how many parts that is.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's it's numbers. It's not really. Is that a lot of numbers? Is that a little bit of numbers?
Yeah.
I'm not going to disillusion her on that yet.
But what happens if we get attacked? You get attacked in space, right?
We haven't been so far.
This is the Raza.
I mean, I suppose right now we'll run away. I mean, let me see. At our current state, we are still faster than most ships, right? Now that we have Spike Drive 3.
But that's all I'm good at is shooting guns.
It's okay. We'll work on it. Okay, now I feel bad. I gummit.
Honestly, Koana, don't worry about it too much. Look, you say that all I'm good at is guns, but all I'm really good at is guns as well. How do you think I felt?
Oh.
But I've managed to find ways to, keep myself useful and stay busy, and we will for you as well. And that means that it'll be when we do get the guns operational, you'll be right there, and you'll be relearning the system. You'll be learning the system just as I'm relearning it. So, yeah, don't sweat it too much.
I mean, I saw some errors when you were testing me, but I thought that's just because you locked the guns so I couldn't shoot them while we were on the planet.
Yeah, no, I really would have liked if those errors weren't there, but I had nothing to do with that.
goes optimistic again. A little bit less optimistic than she did when, she found out that you guys didn't remember her. But it's like the optimism is wearing down a little bit, but she's still got a little bit left. Well, we'll fix them.
Of course we will.
And once we fix them, trust me, you won't find guns like these on any other ship.
Okay.
Mm.
Alright, I've got one last little scene for us to do before we take a break, and just kind of let you guys muddle about through the ship for not even a week, for a few days. And that is when it's time for eating. Now on a ship, obviously, everyone doesn't sit down to eat at the same time. Unless you guys want to make a habit of that, you certainly can, but it's not normal. So whoever wants to be in the scene, go ahead and join Koana in the galley. Alright. So, one is looking through the food stores, the pantry. She has avoided the refrigerator for now. And she's looking at all the MREs that you have. The canned goods. Finally she turns to you and says, "Where does your food come from?" She has, by the way, looked at various machines in her hunt for food also.
It's just there, right?
Where? What, in those boxes?
Don't tell me they had like replicators and stuff for food.
I mean, they had Cinnabons.
That's true.
Just, at least we'll go and like pull out some rations.
She crinkles her nose. In that?
Yeah, just she opens it up with all the multitude of like little baggies and stuff, and just go and show her how to use basically like an MRE.
Mm-hmm.
We had quite a bit of food supplied by Wena, don't we?
I thought most of it went bad.
You did, but that's in the fridge.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought most of that food went bad though. It's been like 2 months.
Oh, I think maybe I misheard.
From Mona.
Yeah, from.
No, I said from Mona. I guess we also have food from Stet, but.
Yeah, if I recall, you didn't take any of the perishable stuff from Stet because it was kind of wild grown and stuff.
I mean, there might still be a lizard kebab in the freezer.
Yeah, after the whole like lizard and rat thing, Elise has been sticking mostly to the MREs.
Yeah. You did get a supply of good food from Mona, and some of that would be in your fridge. Most of it would be in your freezer, which she also hasn't gone to. She's looking around. She was looking around at your in your cupboards. She was primarily looking at different machines to see if they made food. And so now she's watching Elise open these up. I've always imagined that you guys had the self-heating MREs. And so she takes one in hand and tries to copy what Elise does. They're pretty difficult to mess up, these MREs. So she at least gets it right. And she looks at it. How long has this been in here?
I don't know, but they don't usually go bad, so.
That's not possible.
What do you mean? That they can't go bad?
Yeah, all food goes bad.
I mean, I'm sure eventually, but like, I've been eating these things for the past like 2 months.
Ew. Don't you have just like can't talk about it. A machine that makes food for you?
No.
You eat from these little packets every day?
Elise is starting to look like a little like personally offended, just like, yeah?
Koana sits down. She flumps down into the chair next to her. She kind of
They come with everything you want. They've got some crackers. They've got the main course. They usually come with like a dessert. I mean, it's not like fantastic food, but I mean, at least it's salted.
She finishes pulling it open and looks at the little fork that's attached to the underside. Little plastic fork, tiny little plastic fork that the length of it could fit between thumb and forefinger, fully extended. She pulls that off. She pokes at the food. She looks around. This is food, right? This isn't a test or another test.
Elise has already started to eat hers.
It's food.
She tries eating some of it. Oh, wow. Oh. And she asks again, eat this every day?
I mean, most of the time, yeah. It can actually be really sad when they're gone. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay, I want to go back home now.
Okay,
No,
Elise is
I'm
gonna
joking, I'm joking.
go over to the intercom.
No, don't tell him, don't do it, please! Does Elise stop?
Elise has put a finger on like the announcement. I'm sure it's got like one of those like little dings to let someone know that someone's about to speak. And then she just takes her thumb off of it.
Yeah, Koana was like in that half out of her seat and ready to race towards Elise, and the half ready to sit back down pose. I'm joking. I'll try to eat this.
It's like the one thing that you can't joke about.
Food?
We promised you and your grandfather that if you wanted to go home, we would take you home.
Oh. Well, thank you. I'll remember not to joke about that. I don't want special treatment though. Except food. I want special food. I want real food.
This is real food.
She crinkles her nose again, doesn't say anything.
You're on a ship in the middle of an empty void. Real food's kind of hard.
She pokes at it with the fork.
We get it when we can, though.
Eats.
Look, if you don't want to eat it, if you just want to pop it in the fridge, I'll have it later, right?
I don't want to pop it in the fridge.
That's fine. And at least we'll just open the fridge and cause the
No!
yellow. I don't want it to go to waste. I'm not gonna let you throw it out.
No, I'm eating it now. Just don't open the fridge.
Lisa's gonna sit down and try and enjoy her MRE.
I'll get used to this. I'll learn to like this without mushroom soup.
You like the mushroom soup?
It's so good.
And you think this is gross?
Now, the mushroom soup on those platters was the only thing that had any real flavor.
Yeah, but mushrooms.
Yeah, I agree with you. I personally agree with you. Yes.
Does Koana seem to enjoy any bit of that MRE?
You know what? Let's do another reaction roll on that. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Neutral. So she stops crinkling her nose, and she doesn't spit any of it out, or make face as if she's having an involuntary spit it out reaction. But she also doesn't like smile or go,
We can work with that.
Yeah, we can work with that.
Look, if it keeps us alive, that's the important thing, yeah?
She made fun of my MREs.
All right. We are right at break time. Let's go ahead and take that 15-minute break, and when we come back, if there is nothing that you want to do or have a scene about in the 3 days that you'll drill towards a Z, then we'll start right back up as you enter a Z.
Yeah, no, I got nothing.
One thing.
Uh-huh.
Knowing that food fabricators are a thing that exists, how difficult do you think it would be to acquire one from the planet that we just left from Mona?
Considering it's probably pre-tech, I'm going to say very hard.
It is literally one of the first things that Koana said when this food thing started up is that she's not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, but we'll weasel it out of her. But that also probably means it's pre-tech too. Just yet another indicator.
May not have meant to talk about it, but she did.
We're gonna get a lot to juicy little tidbits about Mona from her, aren't we?
You might. Bring back on. All right, so regarding Koana, I'm gonna flash a handout on your screen. These are the NPC classes that I've developed for my campaigns here. It's a basic way for you to have crew that actually develop and get a little bit better instead of always staying at 1-hit die or 2-hit dice or whatever you recruit them as. Currently, Koana is a 1-hit die. She's just, that's how most of them are going to start. And the options for her are crew, the top one there, or specialist a little ways down. The differences will be that crew becomes fairly combat effective, gaining 2 extra hit dice and 2 extra attack. And specialist is more skills oriented, starts with a higher skill bonus and gains plus skill every promotion. There's only 2 promotions for each, but only gains 1 hit die and no attack bonus. Now, as a specialist, I would make her one of her traits, being that she's already been indicated as a gunner, to be that she gains additional attack bonus when she's firing a ship weapon. So, being a specialist won't detract from her firing weapons.
But to be fair, we also have a character with that role. But I guess it'll be nice too if we ever get another ship.
Well, it's more that you remember you need 1 gunner. This might be new for some of you. So you need 1 gunner sitting at each gun's seat. The head of the gunnery department can be one of those gunners, and making department head gunnery action decisions in combat, like whether to fire all weapons or fire once and to target. Those are all decisions made by the gunnery department head, but when it comes to firing a ship weapon, each weapon has to be manned by a character. Gunnery could be one of those characters, But then if you're firing 2 weapons, you need somebody else sitting in that other weapon's seat.
Mm-hmm.
And
then is it the one sitting in the seat that rolls then?
It's the one sitting in the seat that actually rolls the attack roll. Yeah. Gunnery head department or head of gunnery department will make all skill checks or any skill checks that are necessary there. The person sitting in the seat will make all the attack rolls.
Okay.
So she's going to be competent at sitting in one of those seats, whether she's considered crew or specialist class. The difference really boils down to, do you want her to be more combat capable in personal combat, or do you want her to be more skills focused?
I'm pretty sure, considering her age and everything, and tied to Radwan, I'm probably going to be a specialist.
Yeah, and also given what she said about her own capabilities, I feel like specialist threat's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I will mark her in that. That does give her the skilled professional starting NPC template. Which I don't have. I didn't make a template of that for myself, so give me a second. Duplicate. All right. So, were there any scenes or anything that you wanted to do before I put you in Azzy? Keeping in mind
I did
that
want to
you
try and
have
put some pockets on this robe.
Okay, pockets on the robe. Also keeping in mind that you have gotten those news transmissions from Mona as you were basically breaking orbit. I forgot to mention that earlier. So the news that I handed out over the week, your characters now have that.
Okay.
Yeah. In that case, I think, like, given that there's literally nothing for the gunnery department to do, I think Percy would probably be flipping through the news, and he'd probably bring up the memorial disturbance first of all.
Okay. Do we want to play that in Roll20 real quick?
Well, the recording, sure, why not?
Yeah. For the viewers.
Yeah, for the viewers.
Alright. Stop the current music. Go to the news.
I'm going to mute myself so you don't hear it twice.
Alright, does everybody hear the stinger?
Yep.
I believe so.
Alright. You said Memorial Station. Memorial disturbance. Here it goes.
Relief washes over celebrants and mourners alike after Mercure Corps announced the capture of Elijah Brannon by station security. Leader of the local Halcyon disturbance cell, Brannon confessed his intent to reenact the tragedies visited upon Jessup Station 4 years ago, and to pick up where the Raza, last seen nearly 6 months ago, seemingly ended their run of terrorism. Mercure Corp released this snippet of Brannon's confession today, and wants to remind everyone that safety lies in people you can trust, while at the same time warning all other polity governments to be vigilant against the resurgence of terrorism inspired by the Raza like this would-be copycat.
Raza isn't a ship, it isn't a crew. It's a mental state. Halcyon, Disturbance, and Raza are of one mind, and where I failed, others will rise. From the ashes of oil burns anarchy and freedom.
Chilling words and a fitting caution. Mercure Corps has declined Galactic Mandate assistance in any investigative efforts, commenting the matter is closed and all involved have been detained. Elijah Brannon and his co-conspirators, unnamed, have been sentenced to life in prison, to be served at an undisclosed location on Thorid. Festivities on Memorial Station continue without interruption and, importantly, without tragedy. I am Nia, reporting for ABNN.
Okay, and did Percy want to raise something about that?
Yeah, just honestly, it's just the fact that like there's some names that we recognise here. I mean, look, the tragedies visited upon Yesop Station. I think that was in Portia's record, wasn't it? And he goes through his own. He flips his own compad open and goes to pull up her crime report, the one that we found on the.
Mm.
And I go, yeah. Oh, that's right, Kwana, you haven't seen this yet, have you? Here, just a second.
Oh no!
Here's all our alleged crimes that we don't remember.
Oh, wait, no, should I, like, he just sees those reactions and he's like, wait, should I not?
Well, it might be too late because Kawana is now looking around at what?
Okay, so, the news report just there, see where it's talking about the tragedies visited upon Yesop Station 4 years ago? Yeah, that's kinda on Portia Lynn's crime record that we found.
Oh, well, I knew that she did that.
Yeah. And it also says to pick up where the Vaza last seen nearly 6 months ago, seemingly ended up with. So it looks like this guy's trying to connect himself to us or something, or draw some sort of inspiration. I don't know. And here, look, if you guys get 607's crime report, see, it mentions that he used to be part of the Halcyon disturbance as well. Thoughts, anyone? It just seems, I don't know, seems worth bringing up out of the flow since, you know, there's a few familiar names there.
Definitely seems connected to things.
Well, we can't do anything about it without guns, so.
Yeah.
So that I know what direction you guys would go, would you be fighting this guy or blowing up Memorial Station?
You know, I hate that's a good question. I don't know if we're really on either side right now. Sorry.
Yeah, that is actually a really good question. I don't think we ever really discussed that far ahead, did we? Up until now, we've just been kind of reacting and trying to figure out our own pasts and not really thought about the future yet much.
A lot of, I guess you could say, personal issues to sort out.
Yeah, and we've not really had a connection to the. Like, you've got to appreciate, we've been on a broken ship in a nearly silent corner of the sector. When we come into Mona, that was the first time that we had contact with people who did not have amnesia since we woke up.
Well, unless you count that one guy.
Yeah, there was that one guy.
I wasn't going to bring that up, but you insisted. We've had no conversations with people who had amnesia.
I'd agree.
Who didn't have amnesia. So we've just been operating on like so little information that it's been hard for us to think about anything really. All we have is guesswork and bits of clues.
Well, okay.
What's your experience with the, like, I know Mona mostly tried to stay independent, but Kwana, what's your experience with the corps? Mercury Corp, but the other ones as well?
I don't really have any.
Join the club.
We learned about them in classes if you wanted to, but I didn't pay much attention, and it just all seemed kind of superficial.
I'll be honest, even that makes you the expert here.
Oh. No. When I say I didn't pay attention, I should say I didn't go to those classes.
Still the closest thing we've got to an expert.
That's sad. I mean, I don't mean that's sad about you guys.
It's okay. You don't need to walk on eggshells. We know what you meant.
Good. Okay.
But yeah, like, without knowing anything about Mercury Corp or Elijah Brannon, we genuinely don't know what the right thing to do would be. Like, maybe we should have been siding with Brian. Maybe we should have been taking him down.
Well, I know that Portia Lynn was attacking the Megacorp, so she couldn't have been doing the wrong thing, right? Okay, I know how that sounds. But I just think she had to have had a reason for it.
Everyone's got their reasons. Just got to work out what they are.
I mean, yeah, we all, at some point, shared recruiting all of us, so we must have agreed with our reasons at some point.
Yeah.
Problem is that you don't remember what those reasons are.
I have a tangential question for all of you as GM. This is not Kawana.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to word the extra bonus that she gets for ship guns, and if it was just ship weapons, that would be easy. But I also want to include like other like those land-based, the ground-based weapons platforms. I think that's it. Other large weapons platforms. Thank you. You may continue.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Mounted weapons platforms or something, as opposed to like handheld.
Yeah, I want to make sure that there's a differentiation between, well, this machine gun is mounted. No, Kawana gets no bonus to that.
Yeah. Right. You could say weapon stations.
Yeah, I did think about that. I think I like the word platform. Just seems to work. There we go. So as a specialist, with this gun trait, she adds her full skill bonus to attack rolls, in addition to her, attack roll.
Alternatively, you could just let the poor girl be good at machine guns.
What's that?
Skill bonus attack rolls.
Alternatively,
Okay.
Nox said something.
What was that, Nox? You were very quiet.
What is an other large weapon platform?
Like those ground based weapons, the planetary weapons that wreak havoc on ships in atmosphere.
Okay.
Like the kind they had on Mona for shooting down Union ships that got too close.
I guess I could just call it on with ship weapons, ship and planetary weapons. I think that's easier.
Hmm.
You could just say like artillery weapons.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know if I'd give her the bonus for that either.
Okay.
Anything that's useful in personal combat, she basically doesn't get that bonus for. And while artillery is not immediate personal combat, it's still combat, against troops somewhere. So yeah, I'm gonna make it easy. Ship and planetary weapons. And her skill bonus is currently +2, so that means that at max, let's see, at max she would end up, oh, that's not as good as I thought actually, with a +4 to hit.
But is it better than a non-specialized NPC?
Let's see. I kind of thought her attack bonus would go up, but not as a specialist, I realized. Other crew would start with a +1, and they'd end up with a +3 in the end. So it is still better than crew.
Okay. Cool.
I think that's the important part.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that it's otherwise better than what we could get.
Okay. All right. Sorry to interrupt you there, Viral. Was that the end of the contemplations over Memorial Station?
I guess, but yeah, I was basically just bringing up the point that or I was at that point I was saying to Koana that we must have had some reason to try it with them before, but now that we remember,
right,
we haven't really thought about a future. Actually, that's a point. You'll see this here. Do we do anything about this, or do we just let it go by?
Is he asking Kawana or the rest of the crew?
I'm asking the rest of the crew.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Do we do anything about this? Would we have done anything about it if we could?
Of the news? I don't think you're in a position to do anything with the news.
I think we need more information. I think we'll get it eventually. And hopefully we get it before we need to make that decision.
I mean, let's see. I mean, gun is... Let's see. Yeah, that's 2 jumps away from us, essentially. Still. Let me see. Was gun the one that had? No, it was the next one over. Basically, we need to accumulate a lot of scrap and/or money. Get repairs underway. Let me see. Are there any repairs that do we just need a lot of scrap for that we don't need resec for? That's the question.
Check the biddings. I think yeah, your cargo lighter.
Yeah, oh, yeah, we're gonna repair their emissions dampeners too.
Oh no, cargo lighter's already repaired.
Or missing.
Yeah,
well, yeah, we're missing the lighter.
The bay is repaired, I think.
The cargo lighter bay is repaired. We don't have an actual cargo lighter to go in it.
Yeah, so
which that unless we can we build that from scrap? I guess you technically can. In a cruiser sized factory, I think you can. Or
do we have a cruiser sized factory on this ship?
The factory, or wait, what am I? Workshop. I don't know why factory was stuck in my head. Yeah, I guess technically, yeah, you could actually construct one in a workshop that big.
I believe cruiser size is big enough to build vehicles. Double checking.
I think so. I'm double checking as well.
It's a race.
You guys.
Cruiser sized handles vehicle modding and starship maintenance, and a capital class can build vehicles. So you cannot build your own cargo lighter, because it is that the cab is effectively equivalent to a vehicle at that point. You can build your own containers. I have no problem with that, but you'll have to buy a cab somewhere. So yes, that's things that you can use your scrap towards, is the cargo lighter container, the workshops, advancing those, and your emission dampers all can be repaired with spare parts and don't need pre-tech.
Cool.
All right, let's take you into a Z.
Just since the news is coming through again, Percy will probably continue scrolling. Like, as we're starting to come in, he'll just call out, "Hey, look at this! Some prick's trying to jack our name."
Best of luck.
Yep.
No, seriously.
We don't even want it. We don't even want it right now, do we?
Well, we need more information, like I said.
Yeah, no. Listen to this. So there was this apparently up until now unknown pirate who's cutting about on a fleet cruiser calling himself the New Vaza, and he's taken over. I think it's some sort of fueling platform in the gun system.
He has. It's a small refueling station that also has limited maintenance ability. It's actually the only reason that gun is yellow on your star map, your sector map. Yellow means maintenance is available, but not a full shipyard.
Yeah, apparently
hang on,
it says here.
Mixed up.
Yeah, says here that there's negotiations going on between some big shot galactic mandate captain and the pirate that's holding up the ship. I guess from Australia, been something else if there's people cutting about going, "Our movement is of one mind with the Vaza. It's not a crew, it's a mental state." And literally calling the ships the New Vaza after we stopped being here. We left one hell of a power vacuum behind us.
Koala nods in agreement. And let's say that it's at this point that the ship goes into a yellow alert. This is typical of your spike drill entry. It's just a quick yellow alert.
Okay, open the fridge.
Yeah, the routine for going on a spike drill involves checking the fridge, so there's always the yellow alert. It's fine.
and Kawana is ignoring that yellow alert now because it's been 3 days. It's happened. But this time it actually is a meaningful yellow alert, and she is caught off guard when the emissions dampers completely disable, so that there's no interference with the gravitic manipulations your spike drill and the spike drive and the spike plate have to do to take you out of 4-dimensional 5, 6, 7, 8 n-dimensional space and into the 3-dimensional real space. And she starts floating. What's going on? Help!
Totally normal. And apparently we need to
the
train
rest
you in
of
zero.
us.
I'll put train you in 0G on the list.
Are the rest of us like instinctively just grabbing things when that happens, so we don't
think
float
so,
off?
yeah.
Or... yeah.
Unless we want to.
Like all but one grabs for something, and then Koana just sort of floats.
Someone should probably grab Koana because when the gravity kicks back in.
She is trying very hard not to panic, but there's a little squeak in her voice when she calls out again. Help!
Yeah, I got it. Can I reach her? I think I'm one of the tallest.
Yeah, you can navigate around easily. The bridge is designed so that you can get around in a lower zero grav situation and not get stranded, unless you're Koana standing out in the open and floating in midair. And you know that the gravity is going to come back on fairly soon, so she needs to be righted so she doesn't fall on her face.
Okay, don't worry, Koana. I got you. Okay, now just grab that handle there, and it's about give it like 30 seconds or so, and then brace for gravity to come back on really suddenly.
Gravity can go away?
We're in space. It's weird that there was gravity to start with.
What do you?
What? My understanding is that right now we're outside of physics, and that's good enough for me. Just hang on a sec. We're back in 3D in a minute.
She looked at Percy as if he has just spouted the most absurd technobabble you'd ever hear on Star Trek.
Yeah, no, and that's a simple version. Look, you want to see the explanation that I got when I first asked Douglas how it works. I swear he was speaking Chinese.
She looks over at Douglas.
Brace.
I will spout
and then immediately looks away.
I still spout off the technobabble.
No.
Presumably it's not actually babble, it's real stuff.
It's real stuff, but to her, it's babble, and the gravity comes back on. Thanks to Percy's help, she does not fall.
Yeah, I imagine it was like probably handles on the ceiling or something, so she's now just like we're all like she's hanging off the ceiling and everyone else is just either on the walls and successfully slid down or whatever.
Yeah, okay. You all know that the spike plate will redirect gravity to what you consider the floor, so it's wherever you are, it's easy enough to reorient yourself so that you're standing upright on the floor when the gravity comes back on. You could be hanging from the wall if you want, or from the ceiling.
Yeah, so me and Koana are hanging from the ceiling, and I'm like, okay, just get ready to catch your weight and watch. And then I'll let go and just absorb the fall into our crouch. Your turn.
She squeezes her eyes shut and she lets go. And she lands.
There we go, see? I know you're ready to land back from being in zero gravity. Like, that's the hardest zero gravity landing you're going to need to do, as long as you hold on to something. Make sure you're holding on to something.
She absorbs that quietly, and then you guys are greeted by Union, a beacon here. given directions to Henry Station if you need fuel and maintenance. This is all on a recorded beacon transmission. And your rudders are updated for travel to SOS. And if you need to, back to Endoys. I'm going to offset the Raza just a little bit to make it so we can actually see the planet and the name and all that.
God, go for the black box was such a good idea.
You without scrutiny of your drive signature, of your drive print, you look like the rattling zebra. Or Zabra, if you prefer. And you've got those directions from your crew, given to Raduan and then to you, of where your crew are on Henry Station. Are you immediately setting course? Is there anything else you want to do before you
Henry Station would also have refueling, right?
Henry Station will also, refuel you and all that.
All right, and now what's Elise's name going to be in this sector or this system?
Oh no.
We're still gonna go with Elise as of now.
Okay. Maybe it changes based on the first letter of the name then, you know? This is another A. It's Elise again.
Ah, okay.
In this system, we can spell it ELES. How about that?
Ellis?
No, I knew an Elise at my old workplace that spelled it like that.
Wow.
Ooh.
Maybe I'll go with Sarah.
That's a healthy hit point.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably a good thing, too.
Corner's rolling better for hit points than I was.
Alright. I may have zoned out because I got so excited about that hit point roll. Did you say you're doing anything before going off to Henry Station? Or are you just going over there?
Unless something else comes up, I see no reason not to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
I can't think of anything more important than meeting the other crew members now.
And getting fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even then, we're still mostly fueled.
Yeah.
We're still mostly fueled after covering the route.
I think we only have fuel for one jump at a time at any given point.
Yeah.
Technically.
You do.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great not having a fuel.
We need fuel in every system.
So actually, well, that's a spoiler, I suppose.
Oh man, that's funny. I had copied Koana over to that old other map so that I could actually create the default token and then move to the map. So, just gonna float out in space for just a minute here.
No, she didn't want to know what space was like.
She did want to know that. Okay.
Yeah, just you tell me at the unlock.
We should put on the list at some point. We should make another suit.
Oh, good shout.
That can have been accomplished over the several days that you've already been in transit. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
No, cross that off the list then. See, we're getting stuff done.
Yeah. Perfect. Go on the list and immediately come back up.
It was only on the list for 5 seconds, but it's still getting done.
Yep.
And if you're keeping track here, Ginja, I have advanced 1 day to Mona G or Mona Horizon, 3 days drill to Z, and then 1 more day to Henry.
Which puts us at the...
Should be the 18th.
19th?
Oh,
18th.
There's right. I think there was no. I'd already included the extra day that you were on Mona.
Yeah, I think we left Mona the 14th, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
End of the 14th or something. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Did anyone else see Quana just briefly turning a copy of C0 there?
Yeah,
is there more to this girl than we suspect?
Yeah. She's just a clone of something.
Yeah. She's not Quana, she's Quana.
Nah, C0 is the nomenclature I use for the NPC classes.
Yes.
Sure. Okay, so what are the odds that most of the people on Mona are in fact clones of their real selves? I'm glad you're in on it.
Non-zero.
Yeah, they don't say anything bad because they're programmed not to say anything bad.
Right, we'll have to go back and find out at some point. But I believe we have someone waiting for us here on Henry Station first. Where's my thing? Level 19, room 37B, I believe.
That's correct. Not in that exact section of my notes right now, so I'm just going to trust your memory and your notes.
My notes. I wrote it down.
Yes, perfect.
I think you put it in the channel as well.
Okay.
Sounds right.
And as you're approaching Henry Station, you are greeted as Rattling Saber, and with the RZA or whatever. Those letters and numbers that are included with ship names are supposed to be procedural, based on your ship's parameters. Cruiser ship plus this plus that means that your ship is SLC-518, and most people make a name that fits those letters. You don't have to, but that's where those letters and numbers come from. It's very shorthand for, this is this. It can be fed into a computer, and the computer spits out, okay, this means cruiser class, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of that lore behind that. Unimportant in the grand scheme of things, but probably interesting to know at least.
It's actually important. Did we make sure that it got recalibrated? Because this was a scavenger black box. Did we make sure to get it recalibrated so that it matches the kind of ship that we are?
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
And so, as I said, changing your transponder and what information you communicate to others like that is easy. I'm not even making it a role anymore. You just need to have somebody that has program 1 at the least, and I know that you guys have that.
Yep.
The difficulty you will always run into is that your drive print does not match any known ships, because it's currently a drive 3 that wishes it was a drive 6. The other problem that you'll face is once you do get it to a drive 6, then your drive print will match a known ship.
And we don't really want that most of the time.
But then we'll be too fast for anyone to catch.
Well, that's true. That's true. By the time they know who we are, we've already left.
So your current problem at Drive 3 is that at pretty much everywhere you go, until it's for the first time you go there, you're going to get a message like this. Rattling Zaber, your drive print is unrecognized to us. Please identify.
Rattling Zaber. I got it in one.
Sounds like there we are.
State your. What was that, Nox?
Wouldn't every new ship's drive pin be unrecognized?
Uh-huh.
We do have a black box at this point, yeah.
Yeah, that's basically why they're challenging you, is because they don't recognize you. You're coming into the system without showing them your ID, and you're just saying, "My name is Rattling Zaber." You're telling them, "My name is Rattling Zaber," but you've got no passport or ID to in their system to back that up, and so they're challenging you, asking you a little bit more specific. What
Introduce
is
yourselves? What's your purpose?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's your home? I guess they have a home port normally.
Yeah, they'd ask that. As well as your affiliation with any megacorp corporation. They don't call themselves megacorps. With any corporate or governmental entities.
What are we going to tell them then?
Do we pretend to be from? I don't know. It's actually a really good question. I mean, I ain't against the law to be independent.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Maybe it is. Is it illegal to be independent with a cruiser?
It is.
And even
Go ahead,
if we're independent now, that doesn't mean that we will always be independent. We just say currently independent.
Yeah. That was the other thing.
Yeah, we really need to have a conversation about what our cover story is before we try this and start again.
I don't mind if you want to step back and have had this conversation. There's no reason that your characters would not know that it's coming, either from your collective knowledge or from the technicians that installed your black box warning you that this would happen.
Okay. In that case, yeah, what's our cover story basically?
Trying to remember what all information they get at a casual scan.
On a casual scan.
Sensors and scans. Hull type, obvious weaponry and damage, registered ID code.
Yeah. Your weapons do show up on their scans. They know that you are armed. They won't know the specifics of your weapons because they look enough like the TL4 versions that they mimic, or that their stats were initially based on. But they will see that you've got. What ship did you pick? You know, do you guys have 4 or 5 guns on your ship? They'll see that.
4. Oh, 4, right? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
One big, two smaller.
Yeah, as I recall, Dex, you said before that they can't tell on just a cursory scan that our guns are non-functional, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so as far as they're concerned, we're an unknown, heavily armed cruiser.
Correct.
Or that an unknown, heavily armed cruiser with a name we don't recognize and a weird drive signature.
We're not suspicious at all.
No.
Not in the slightest.
The only way we could be less suspicious is do what my Storm Villainy group was.
did, and called their ship "We're Licensed." So we could just show up and be like, "We're not suspicious. That's our ship name." You trust us.
Yeah, and maybe second thing with Sasha on the side of the cockpit.
We claim to be a mercenary group. Independent mercenaries. I mean, that is.
That's actually not a bad shout. I was going to say, from a certain perspective, it's even true.
Yeah. From a certain point of view,
and hopefully
which I do like.
Yeah, just say that we're like independent mercenaries and currently suffering from some systems damage, which is why our signature looks weird.
I mean, I think we could say it was a Spectre mishap, right? Because I mean, that's also true.
Yeah.
The best covered story is true.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That means you're much less likely to slip up, and Yeah. Can't catch you in your lies if you're not lying.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So, independent mercenary group. Our signature looks weird because we had some damage to our systems during a spectral mishap.
Okay. Somebody want to give me a talk with intelligence or charisma to navigate this largely administrative conversation with a board traffic control agent.
Mainly, we just don't want to make them suspicious or curious.
I would volunteer to do it because Percy has talk 0 and 1 and +1 charisma, but also I feel like Percy would feel out of his element with this kind of conversation. So unless nobody else unless everyone else is really opposed to doing it, Percy probably wouldn't volunteer.
I can open it up to lead also as a kind of captain dissemination of information.
I was gonna say I could attempt it at either. I've got talk -1, but charisma +2.
You could also you can do that with the lead if you want, if that's good for you.
Sure.
Go ahead.
And also, you have the advantage of being an expert, right? Not that you need it.
Nope, doesn't need it.
Not you need it.
That is sufficient. Gosh, there was something I was gonna have you do also. He asks. He accepts all that. That's fine, and he says that he asks you to power down all weapons and notify him when you have done so. Then he'll give you docking authorization. What was that, Nox?
Are any of our weapons even powered right now?
No, they're not. They're very broken.
What happens if we power them?
Yeah, like what would happen?
What sort of catastrophic failure would happen if we applied full power to them?
I imagine it goes something like, kaboom, there's a large hole in your ship.
I would probably roll on the ship crisis table about 10 times.
Then we'll relay that all weapons are already powered down.
Okay. Your comms registers that you are being actively scanned again, and then the traffic control agent says, "All right, thank you," and transmits docking authorization. It comes with a perfectly neat little packet of do's and don'ts. And it highlights a section of unknown or unprivileged visitors. You do not get to take any kind of firearms of ballistic or energy nature on the ship, and you're not allowed to wear anything that could be construed as combat armor. Now, this does follow the definition in the equipment list, so if it is in the combat armor section, they will recognize it as combat armor and tell you that you're breaking the rules.
Bastards. Okay. You said. Okay, so you said no ballistic weapons and no energy weapons.
Thunder
Does
gun is
that mean
considered an
there's...
energy weapon.
Fuck. I was going to ask if there's a loophole for pre-tech weapons.
There's not. It is still an energy weapon. Which means that it gets a plus one to attack. That's nice.
Weapon?
Oh, what was that, Nox?
Can we bring an airsoft weapon?
Probably counts as projectile.
Depends on how realistic it looks.
Yeah, pretty much.
See-through plastic, orange tip, the whole 9 yards. It's a Nerf gun.
No, you know what? I now have a great idea for a concealed weapon mod.
Oh god.
Oh, this is a toy.
That might be a war crime.
Real.
That might be a war crime.
Yeah, especially if that became popular, that would drive paranoia.
Yeah,
and more importantly, it would look ridiculous.
I do think that they will take away anything that looks like a toy gun also. Just because we're 1,000 years in the future, and it's probably easier to make real guns, real dangerous weapons, look like toys.
Yeah.
That would be true.
Damn it.
Jackal, are you with us? I haven't heard you for a while.
I am here.
Okay.
I've been taking notes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
You can either manually dock according to the instructions that you're given, although you know that you will be subject to additional scrutiny if you do not let the autopilot take over and perform the docking. Or you can just trust the instructions that are sent to your ship to dock safely. For your own comfort, there's nothing that they could include in those docking instructions that would get any further than your navigation system. The worst they could do is make you crash into the station. But they cannot hack you if you give over control to the basically the station to dock you. But that does come to the question of, do you let the station dock you, or do you insist on doing it yourself?
We don't have a pilot, so I feel like we should just trust the station.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a full pilot. Oh, it didn't. Someone took Pilot Zelo, didn't they?
Oh, I forgot to make you roll for the drill. You know what? I just want to see what would have happened. Why don't you give me a drill roll there, Nox?
What is that? Pilot with what?
Intelligence.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Survived.
You made it.
We're fine.
Good, good. I'm glad we didn't have to like cut back 2 hours.
Officially not.
That was my mistake. I would not have made us go back in time to that, but good to know. Yeah, so the difficulty of that drill was base drill of 7. It is 2 hexes, so it's a difficulty of 8. You have a rudder that is less than a month old, so the difficulty goes down to 6. I didn't forget. I knew this, obviously. If the final difficulty is 6 or less, the drill is too safe and simple. To have any risk of failure, you don't have to roll. Okay, cool. Is anybody trying to, so let me put up some boxes first of all. I may have gotten ahead of myself. We're gonna put a box for who is staying on the ship over here. And we'll put a box for who is going on the station here. And I don't feel like any labels are necessary because it's pretty clear which is which. How do you like the station art, by the way?
It's really nice.
Oh, I want all these windows up over it.
Are the two pieces actually connected or not?
The two pieces are not connected.
Cool.
Fancy schmancy.
Yeah, it's for station security reasons.
I mean, no firewall like no wall.
Station operations are in the top half, which is why you guys are going to the bottom half, the residential area. Well, not station operations, but like union operations, administrative operations. There's obviously station operations in the residential stuff to make sure everything works right as well. What was that, Knox?
Didn't say anything.
Okay. Thought I heard somebody say something. Sorry.
What were the two boxes?
Oh, the box in which Percy and Elise have gone is to go on the station. The box that's out in space is to stay with the Raza.
Yeah, we'll go out.
Put a little Raza token over there.
I feel like this is possibly the point where like there's like maybe one or two of us where if we go out here we get noticed or something, and it's just like who's gonna go and who might get noticed. But
that may be part of the reason
I'm good with taking the chance.
I'm good with taking the chance.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like whatever happens here is going to be important.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this is the first time that we're meeting people who not only know our story, but are probably on our side.
Yeah.
I take it we're leaving. I take it 808 is staying on the ship.
808 is planning to stay on the ship. 808 is very recognizable as the exiled prince of the shogunate.
Yeah.
He also believes that somebody should stay there for security reasons.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. Now back to the question I was jumping to: is anybody trying to defeat or break their weapon and armor rules?
Definitely no.
Nope.
Not for me.
Not that the armor would fit me anyway. So there's no point trying.
All right. You are subjected to a small amount of paperwork as you come in, just kind of to put into, to put in writing what you declared as being your reason for visitation, purpose for visiting, your affiliations, and all that stuff for Union's permanent records.
I mean, commerce?
I believe
I would put it as like refueling and meeting some acquaintances. Again, technically true.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, visitation. I mean, there might be some trade, right?
Yeah, there is some trade that goes through.
I mean, we have 5,000 credits to burn through as a whole. I think that's our whole crew across all of us has 5,000 credits. Not quite like the last time I played, where we were swimming in credits.
It is still quite a lot of money for
for
the setting. That is about the equivalent of $50,000.
But it's not a lot of money when you have a ship that's in the state that the Raza's
in. It is definitely not going to fix the Raza. No.
Yeah.
Right.
It won't. That wouldn't even pay the yearly. What was it? Or is it 6-month maintenance?
It won't.
Wouldn't even. Did you ever? What was the total? What was the total value of the Thrasa's current configuration? Did you ever put that together?
I did not.
I saw it somewhere. I'm sure I saw a number.
Did you?
I thought I did.
I feel like I remember.
We'll compute it later on. Douglas, John, are you staying on the ship or coming on the station with us?
Boy, howdy. I don't know. I really hate to leave the ship in condition.
I feel like this is going to be a major plot beat. I feel like we should all be there.
I mean, yeah, I guess. If we have 808 to stay on the ship. Say 808 still tagging along.
What about 119?
I guess here's a question. 808 ever choose a name? Or choose to stick their name?
Oh, wait, 808 is going to stick with 808 for now because that is a fairly auspicious number.
Ah, of course. Okay, yeah, as long as someone's watching the ship. We need more crew, so I feel Douglas always feels weird leaving the ship.
All right.
Oh god, Douglas has got agoraphobia.
No, I think he just has an unhealthy obsession with the condition of the ship. But maybe it's agoraphobia. They may present the same.
I'll let Nox decide if 119 is gonna join them later. So the paperwork is. Oh, go ahead, Nox.
I was gonna say 119 will make sure everything gets taken care of first before hopping onto the station.
Okay, got it. So stay on the ship for now, and we'll join later. All right. So I'm gathering then that it's probably Elise doing the paperwork, right?
I would imagine so. Yeah,
probably for the best.
Okay. Your guys are all kept here. You're of course not allowed to go into the station without. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Without having gotten cleared through. But this is a little bit of what you see on the station, and there's one more. That is a resemblance of what you saw immediately upon leaving your airlock. There were there's a short hallway, and in that hallway, you know that you were checked for weapons by basic scans. There are, of course, ways to defeat those basic scans. You were also checked visually by a security guard once you'd left that hallway. The hallway curved in slightly so that multiple ships could dock and then lead their occupants to this one big hallway. And you know that those red doors are doors to docks that are unoccupied. Yours being green, occupied, and has fewer locks. You're allowed to return to your ship anytime you want, but you will have to go through the same scanning corridor and visual inspection, or a pat down if the security guard suspects or is suspicious enough to require a pat down. None of you triggered that response this time, although Percy is given a wary look. And the paperwork is... I'm going to delete this because they are kind of in the way. The paperwork is...
dangerous.
is completed. Your given leave of the station and basically just kind of ignored while you're there at the security choke point, essentially, where all these airlocks and corridors terminate before letting you out into the station. When you see a man wheeling himself into this security choke point slash room. Yes, on an actual wheelchair. It is powered. He's not hand wheeling it. But it still has the classic little bars on the side for him to perform tricks and brake suddenly and all that.
Oh yes, that's what they're for. Is for making tricks.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
That's the first part that's important.
Honestly, on a far future wheelchair, it might be.
And he moves toward the basically the same station you were just at. He's dressed in the same uniform as the workers that you've seen. He's just taking his position at his job, and well, I guess it wouldn't need to. I was about to say a platform lifts him up, but it wouldn't need to because he's at the same sitting level as the chairs. He pushes the chair out of the way and looks around as you guys are starting to leave, and Miss Bramford.
Yes?
Damn it. I was hoping there'd be another name.
Well, you survived. He looks pleased to see you.
You usually don't say that for someone you're glad to see.
It's a joke. You've never told me what you do, so you know. You do know, right?
What I do? Of course I do.
Okay. Yeah, hey, how are you doing? He rolls himself back over to, well, sit, in front of you.
I mean, things are as they are. I could say that they could be better, but,
Okay.
don't want to imply that things have been bad.
Are you staying for a while? Did you check into your usual suite?
Yeah, but we'll see.
At this point, Percy's actually going to cut in and say, "Hey, Sarah, we're in a bit of a rush," and they'll turn to the wheelchair guy. "I'm sorry, I don't know if we've met. Who are you again?"
Oh, yeah, of course. Dmitry Viktorovich, or to Sarah over here, Dima. You can call me Dima too. We've met before, by the way. I've seen you.
Right. Sorry, just not got a great memory for faces or names.
It's okay. It's hard to remember the only guy in a wheelchair, in an entire station.
The only guy.
You'd be surprised how many guys on wheelchairs I've met on different stations.
He chuckles. No, there's a couple others of us. It's cheaper than getting the cybernetic prosthetics, and well, you know about the non-cyberware. Just not worth it.
Anyways, yeah, we are.
Busy.
Sorry, but we are in a little bit of a rush. Do you mind if we catch up with you later?
Yeah, that'd be great. Just let me know, or I can meet you at your room if you want. You guys didn't actually sign in for a room, by the way.
Yeah, we're hoping he doesn't know that.
No, I'm just just letting you guys know.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Have we passed by enough, recognizable locations that I can say, actually, why don't we meet over there later today?
No, you have been secluded from the station interior as you complete your journey through Union security.
I see.
Union is very security oriented, and you have just experienced that.
Then,
if you want to name a place, however, it would not be impossible for Sarah to name something that's here because you guys did get a introductory pamphlet.
Then I will name one of the places that would be, like a bar or something like that. Like, hey, why don't we meet here? Let's catch up.
Yeah, sure.
Something relatively neutral ground.
Got it. Yeah, sure. Off in about 4 hours.
We'll see you then.
Okay. Awesome. Good seeing you again.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. Catch you then.
And you guys go into the station interior. It's fairly drab.
What? Once we're out of earshot of Dimitri, I'll just look to Elise and say, "So, it looks like you're the popular one."
Maybe. Although this is really throwing a whole wrench into the my name is not actually my name thing. Maybe. Because that's the second place that knew me as Sarah.
Looks like.
Yeah.
I imagine Koana is just looking at me like, but your name was Sarah.
Yeah, she even says that. Your name was Sarah.
Until I have like a record, like an actual official government record, I'm not going to take that at face value.
Bear in mind, I'll just lean over to Kwana and say relatively quietly, bear in mind that the only reason that any of us know our names is for a set of wanted posters that we found on set. And she didn't have one, so.
Which means two things.
Her name is actually Sarah?
One, we have no idea what my actual name could be, and Sarah could still be an alias. And two, I never did any crimes before, and I've just been lumped in with a bunch of you people, aside from the fact that
well, what do you mean
that got debunked really fast when we met your grandfather.
Yeah, and also it got debunked when we found your bunk on the ship.
It also got debunked when we discovered just how good of a shot I am.
I mean, I guess also the weird part was you gotta have access to everything on the ship, but you're not the captain. I never really did figure out why that is. Yes, that's weird.
I just thought that was like normal officer clearance.
Wait, what?
What? No, it was not regular officer clearance, was it?
No.
No, it was
definitely strange. We just
it's like Elise and John have like full access, and the rest of us have limited access, right?
Now John is at least registered in the ship
XO.
as XO.
Yeah, exactly. Like John, it makes sense.
Like the system basically acknowledges him as XO. It doesn't acknowledge Elise as anything, but just lets Elise get into things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I look over at Koana. When you knew Sarah, did she ever mention that she could like see things that haven't happened yet?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna put a pin on that one.
Questions.
So is that a recent development, or is that did I just never communicate that before?
Well, hopefully the people that we're going to meet will be able to tell us. I mean, I wasn't lying to Dimitri when I said that we've got places to be.
No. But
level whatever.
Given that he knows us, another person to talk to.
Yeah.
Did you ever keep any did you find any dossiers or anything in your room?
Just a very extensive closet.
You seem to know a lot of people. A lot of people seem to know you. Just, you know.
Maybe I'm just like a social person, you know. I like to have friends. There's nothing wrong with being like an extrovert.
That's all I ever knew you as. But you very specifically never talked about what you do. I didn't even know you could shoot.
It's real hard to keep your secrets when you don't remember them, huh?
On the contrary, it's really easy to keep secrets because you can't give away a secret you don't know.
Well, case in point, you clearly can.
Well, I learned more about Elise in these past week than I ever knew.
Case in point.
And now you
there was just a fabricated
things?
Personality. That's what I'm going with.
Not necessarily.
It would make sense with some things Granda said.
This immediately has Elise's attention. Oh, like what?
Go on, it looks like she's just been cut out.
What is that?
Go on, spill it.
Well,
drop it.
I guess you deserve to know. And
what do you mean you guess?
Well, because we're crew now.
Don't discourage this behavior.
And it's not secrets about Mona, so I can tell you this.
Elise, calm down. She's just about. She's eager to find out about herself. You know, we all are.
Yeah. So Brenda always told me not to get too close to you.
You're horrible at listening to advice from your grandfather.
No, he's really smart and he knows so many things, but I just wanted more, you know? And so I guess I am horrible at listening to his advice. But you and Porcelain seemed so cool. He never said I couldn't try and get to know Porcelain.
Huh.
He did tell me that she was really dangerous, though, and not to hang around her team. So I guess he did.
Anyways,
God.
But he just said, he told me a couple times that you would probably hurt me.
I mean, other than forcing you to eat the MRE, I hope that's not been true.
I feel so wounded by that thing you call food.
It's comforting, okay?
Wait, what's this with the
she grins.
What?
Okay, we're gonna show you real food.
I don't want real food. I want my MRE.
Wait, what's this about real food?
I mean, I assume they have real food here.
No, MREs are real.
That wasn't real.
Well, yeah, they are real though. I've been really taking them out of the packets and eating them.
Elise puts a hand on your shoulder, Percy. There's like tears welling up in her eyes. I knew I liked you the most.
I mean, it's not like we've been hallucinating eating food for the past couple of months, right?
Guys,
don't know where home is, but those MREs, I'm sure they remind me of it.
guys reach an elevator and key in that you want to get down to level 4.
That's a point actually, Dex. Does any of this look familiar to us, or feel familiar in the same way that Vaz's corridors did at first?
Only in the sense that yes, this is a space station.
Okay. Are we going on level 4?
Or whatever level it is that you were told.
The rendezvous point.
Oh, okay, 19, yeah. I changed it a couple times. At one point I had it like at 80 something, and I was like, I don't really know how many levels a space station would have, so I decided to play it safe with 19.
Who says they have to be numbered in order anyway?
Oh, what's that?
Who says they have to be numbered in order anyway?
Right, yes, that makes perfect sense. No, it does have to be, because this is Union. Thank you, Ginja. It's in my notes. It's just in a different section that I'm looking at.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the only way I found it is searching for the actual number. So.
Oh, okay.
If you don't know what the number was, you can't find it.
So there it is. Yes, you key in for level 19, and your conversations are interrupted here and there as people get on and off the elevator, the station. Not saying that to make you guys change your conversation, just to add a little bit of flavor as to how this conversation is going in fits and bursts.
Yeah.
I will deliberately make it a point when someone walks in the elevator to ask them if they've had an MRE before.
Why don't you roll me a we'll just go with a Charisma Connect on this one. Not trying to convince anybody of anything. This is just kind of, this is like a streetwise skill check.
Yeah.
The responses you get to that question are range from baffled to just a simple stoic duh, of course. And as was to be expected by your characters on a Union station, a large amount of the population is of Russian linguistic heritage. They don't all look Russian. Humanity has gotten very varied in that, but linguistically, they are all Russian, or many of them are Russian.
I guess this is a decent opportunity to say that as soon as Elise picks up on that, kind of intuitively, she starts speaking Russian to them.
Ah, yes. She does get more favorable responses from that. And what she picks up is that there's a lot of families of either military or miners here. Most of the people you talk to are a family member of a Union miner or a Union soldier. And so she gets this because a lot of them have had MREs, and they do answer in the affirmative that MREs are food. Some of them even say it's better than the slop that Union serves.
Well, that's probably true, though.
Which is not something Koana wanted to hear.
Does Koana speak Russian, though?
Koana does not speak Russian. I'm assuming this is getting translated from Elise.
Does anyone speak Russian that isn't Elise here?
Oh, me. I forgot I do. Douglas does speak Russian.
Oh, you do? Nice.
I think so, yeah. Let me double check that. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, I'm looking through sheets. You do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know any of us spoke anything other than both passes for English and 3250.
But I'm not going to chime in. I'm not going to chime in unless I specifically asked to confirm that's what was said.
Yeah.
Which
it looks like I'm the only one that doesn't have an extra language.
Oh, wow. I wonder why that is.
Everyone else has at least one extra language.
Bottom
right of the character sheet.
That's strange.
Are you sure you don't speak? Are you sure you don't speak British English in addition to Spacer?
So everyone speaks Spacer in addition to the language of their planet. Some of you speak additional languages. based on character history, and then others are diplomat.
So it sounds like Dash probably grew up on a station and only learned Spacer.
Yeah, she was a prison-born orphan, as I remember. So.
Yeah, there is a planet though.
Yeah. So, and this is information. Now that you guys have had access to the extranet, there's no reason you couldn't have found out that Nali Varmita is a prison planet. It is where prisoners are sent to live and die. It's a perfectly serviceable planet as far as human habitability goes. It's just a planet where prisoners are deposited and left to roam. It's Australia.
Space Australia.
It is Space Australia.
Yeah.
Nobody leaves.
Yeah, I guess kind of given that, then it kind of makes sense that there wouldn't be a sort of native language. Everyone's just bringing the languages they've already got, and you end up as Spacer as the common language.
Yep, and because Spacer is the most common language of people that venture into space.
Yep. So effectively, everyone else speaks like native language plus Spacer. I speak Spacer plus Spacer.
Yes.
Yeah, Spacer is your native language. Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
Anyways, almost to level 1937B.
Okay. With Koana quickly losing the argument as to whether MREs are food or not, she is happy that the elevator stops, and you guys have a new objective: to find room 37B.
Why do I get the feeling that Koana's job on the ship is going to end up being chef?
She has exhibited no cooking skills whatsoever so far.
That's No. That's not true. Das made a cake.
Das made a cake. Koana instead walked around and asked, "Where does the food come from?"
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Valid point.
It's easy enough to get to room 37B. Are there any conversations or preparations you want to make before you, knock on the door and try and make yourself known?
I think we should just go on the same page about what information we're gonna give to Eva. As in, same thing we did with Rajuan, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think go with what we did with Rajuan, as in
start off KG and then admit everything.
Start off KG, and as we get confirmation that they are actually friendly, then reveal a bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, except she's probably going to expect us to be a lot. Honestly, if anything, we do need to prepare for the possibility that she'll be friendly at first, and then be expecting us to be friendly, and quickly turn paranoid when we're not being as friendly as she expects, and she might start thinking that we are spies. So if she does go from friendly to paranoid real fast, don't let that freak you out. That doesn't necessarily mean that she's not who she is. She says she is. She might think that we're not who we say we are. Just because we're not acting how she'd expect us to.
True.
Yeah, but still, I'm just saying, that's probably how I'd react in this situation, so don't freak out if she acts like that. It doesn't necessarily mean she's not who she said she is. Also, Koana, and I'll turn to Koana, there is the possibility that at some point, I don't see why it would be the case, but there is the possibility that at some point we're going to have to ask you to wait outside while we talk, because, former crew members. Unlikely, but you never know. Just letting you know it might come up, okay?
I guess it would also help if Koana can confirm that, hey, this is one of the crew members of the Raza.
Yeah.
True.
I'm useful.
Yeah, of course. Of course, I'm not saying we're going to kick you out. That's why we brought you here. I'm just saying. Anyways, be alert, everyone, and remember, she wants us to be here. She's hopefully friendly. Okay.
Got it.
Knock, knock.
All
And
right.
Percy knocks on the door.
You are greeted by the door opening and a very tall and imposing woman standing in front of you, who immediately looks at you, says, "Oh, good, you're here," and turns away, leaving the door open.
Sounds like an invitation.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's an invitation if I ever heard one. Let's get in.
Yep, she didn't slam it in our faces. Come on.
Did that? Oh, we don't have an image of Amir, do we?
Of who?
There is a
Even Maria
token that says
Cardio?
Libra.
Oh. Ah. Okay.
Ooh, that's blue.
That is blue. Yeah. Even
So
Maria
Libra at
is
the door.
not in the room,
Okay.
but there is a blue-skinned woman sitting on a couch outside of immediate eye shot from the door. The furniture looks like it has been rearranged specifically for that reason, to allow her to sit on the couch and watch TV. She looks over at you, kind of scowls, and then goes back to looking at the TV.
Rude.
About time. And the tall, like, physically imposing woman that greeted you and let you in closes the door behind you, and agrees with the blue-skinned woman. Yes, it has been a long time. Where have you been? Where is Portia Lynn?
Oh boy.
Porcelain is unfortunately absent right now. I'm afraid we will have to do.
Okay, what about John? Where is he?
He's back on the ship.
Okay. Notario is out getting us food. Sorry, she doesn't say that. Is out getting acid food. I could message her and have her bring you something also.
Oh, the tall one is not Eva?
No. That'll be Libra, probably.
Yeah. That is correct. That I'm assuming that wasn't set in character?
That was not set in character, but I was in character for my notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tall one is presumably Libra, and Acid is the blue one.
I just want to, just for, was the sentence phrased in such a way that it was clear that Acid was a name rather than a description of the food?
Good. We're getting so picky about what isn't food these days, aren't we?
I would say it's not terribly clear. Libra does enunciate, but the phrasing of that sentence.
Well, hold on. Now, food for acid. I mean, that would suggest maybe that you're putting the food in acid, which.
Oh, I thought she had said it as to get acid food.
Acid food.
Oh, to get acid food, right? Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Because I originally said us food, and then realized I corrected myself that she does not say get us food. She says get acid food.
Okay. So someone could think that yes, acid food. I see.
Yeah.
Kawada does think that. Her face says so.
I mean, technically, getting food for acid could, like, if you're turning food into acid, or putting food into a bucket of acid, or putting food into the person acid.
But getting acid food is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. If the food itself is acid, then
acid.
I feel like we're getting too caught up on the nomenclature.
We are. go ahead and she does say to get
that
acid
could be
food,
revealing.
and Kawana thinks that she means acid as a thing, food, as an acid food.
Is that what spacers eat?
Yeah, does Kawana actually ask that?
Nope. But her face is certainly showing her confusion and consternation.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. If nobody is looking directly at Percy's face, then when he catches that expression on her face, he will mouth the word "ask."
She does. Does that mean we're eating acid? And the blue-skinned woman over there looks over, says, "Dare you to try, little girl. We got another one? Another teenage girl? Why?" Kawana looks so uncertain what the hell to do here.
Look, look, we didn't kidnap her.
Why is that your first response that we didn't kidnap? Of course we didn't kidnap.
Because you kidnapped the other one, and she points at Das.
I just don't want to be accused.
Younger than that. Okay, I don't know if she's doing it. It doesn't matter, does it?
Yes, that just happened. She says, "Because you kidnapped the other one," and points at Das.
We did not kidnap her, okay?
Yeah, I know the reason I didn't like kidnapping.
And you basically kidnapped Zoe.
Okay, I don't want to argue about that one.
There's good reason to dislike kidnapping.
Ambiguous, and you weren't
I am vindicated.
Libra makes a calming motion with her hand, and Acid pipes down. And turns to Kawana. Says, "What is your name?" And Kawana, meekly, "Kawana?" She says, "Thank you."
Look, I'm just thinking. Look, I think we can trust them.
Is Douglas saying this?
We picked her up along the way. It's no big thing, right?
Does the nature of our maybe kidnapping really matter? What are we meeting here for?
Acid kind of mutters under her breath. No, not really, I guess.
I guess we should probably wait her Eva just to so we don't have to repeat anything, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to catch up on.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there really is.
There's so much.
Libra lines her head. It is probably a wise choice then. Have a seat. We do not have the largest apartments here, largest accommodations. We were kicked out of them because someone with blue skin wouldn't stay inside. Acid does not even respond.
Well, that doesn't down at all.
Staying inside for an unambiguous amount of time kind of sounds like torture, not gonna lie.
I was gonna say, that doesn't exactly sound like much fun.
Acid looks over at Elise. Huh. You're right. And it's the first time I've ever liked you.
Yeah, I've been getting that a lot recently.
Eva Maria does come in. You hear the door open with the key code, and a woman, fairly plain of face, you can see her picture there, comes in with a bag of food for two, and we are at 3 o'clock. So.
Oh God. What point to leave off?
If you want to continue, and if everyone has the time, I don't mind going a little bit extended.
I'm happy to keep going.
Yeah,
I'm good either way.
Let me get some clarity here. Who cannot go on? All right. And Notario comes in, sees you lot standing around, and oh, it's been a long time. Where's Porcelain?
Oh my god, I just kept ranting this. She's not with us at the moment.
Yeah, she'd probably and before get you identified.
Ask, John is on the ship.
Okay. Thank you. I didn't know you guys were coming, so I didn't get any food.
It's fine. We had food on the ship.
Oh, those MREs.
At least stares over at Kawana to just like, please do not mention the MRE thing.
Well, Lotario just did. She says, "Oh, those MREs," and Kawana is on the verge of shouting out, but she restrains herself.
There's a lot of vindication going on here.
There's nothing wrong. You know what? I don't want to have this argument right now. Anyway, it's fine.
You're right. We've got bigger fish to fry at the moment.
Yes.
Notario sets out a container of takeout for Acid, who digs in and sits down with her own little container and digs in and sits back. Libra remains standing, and what I would say both Elise and Percy recognize as a position of security. She is covering that door and also making sure that she has access to the entire room. Yeah, as if she has a ranged weapon.
I approve.
She clearly doesn't have one on
her. She doesn't appear to have a ranged weapon on her at the moment, no.
That doesn't mean that she doesn't have a ranged weapon. It just means that she appears to not have a ranged weapon.
That is correct.
Yeah, it just means she's good at concealing one.
Possibly.
There are some oddities about Libra that the more observant might notice. If you'd mind making me a whiz notice check.
Oh yeah, we're rolling that.
Yeah.
I have alert. Does that make it easier for me to pick up on this?
It does only in the alert gave you notice as a bonus skill. No other benefit to that. Sorry.
Fair. Okay. No, that's fine. Still a good one. Oh fuck.
So those aren't good enough to get anything more than what I've already said. That Libra appears to have a militaristic nature about her. She is alert and standing at attention and ready for either you guys to start a fight or for a fight to break through the door.
Okay. In that case, I am going to, as casually as I can, without making it clear that's what I'm doing, going to pick a seat that means that that if Libra started towards anyone, I would have a clear line to launch myself at her in an interception before she reaches anyone.
She watches you do this. While the rest of you are picking seats, Notario, Acid says to Notario, they say there's a lot to catch up on. And Notario, seeming to be of level head, looks at you. Well, what has happened? Gone for a long time.
We could ask you the same. It's been a while since we've seen you, and you were the one that left a meetup point here. What's happened? Why were we split up in the first place?
No, you left us here.
But what?
Porcelain. Well, you, the crew, left us here as excuse me, as a security blanket, kind of.
We had some rather rough business instead that we had to take care of.
Huh. Well, was that you? The mining colony?
I don't give it a verbal response, but I kind of just look at them like they should know what the answer is. You know what I mean?
Really?
They
You have
don't
to
seem
ask?
to.
They don't seem to know.
Yeah, they are not given any indication that that they know the answer to that. When Natario asks, Acid, kind of uh, looks up from her food and leans forward a little bit. Both Acid and Natario are giving nonverbal cues that they legitimately want to know the answer to that question. Libra doesn't give such indication.
I guess Elise's response is
okay.
No.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway, but I guess it's kind of comforting to know. So what did anything was Portia Lynn right about things being a little off? It sounds obvious to me that she was, since you've been gone 6 months.
There were
Libra
a few off
corrects
things
8
there,
months.
especially if you look at the news report and if you had actually been there. A lot of things didn't line up.
You were there then.
Didn't say that we weren't. I said that we didn't do it.
We were there afterwards. The timing didn't match up with what's on the news. Body count didn't match up with what's on the news. The fact that there was bodies lying out in general doesn't match what they're saying on the news about how they're getting their state mandated funerals and all.
Libra corroborates and says, yes, the news report did say that everyone was buried. Natario asks, but you found bodies lying out.
60 odd corpses in the sand.
Not
Quite
90.
a number unaccounted for.
Shit.
What,
Was the princess one of those?
One survivor came at us with a shotgun.
Wait, what was one of those?
Was the princess one of those?
Oh, princess.
You know, little redhead LaRue.
Yeah.
She was?
Redhead LaRue. No.
Oh, thank God.
But we don't know where she is.
And Libra is over at Natario. Something seems off. And Libra looks back at you guys.
I'm going to look meaningfully at the people that do most of the talking.
What kind of look is Libra giving us?
Sorry there, Nox. I didn't see that. The answer to your question is yes. It's hard to read on Libra. Her face is not very expressive. Natario.
Can I trying to think of the way to phrase it? I kind of want to use Oracle or some precognitive thing to sense if we are in danger with our current trajectory?
You still have to define what path and in that trajectory you want to take. So, I would, it would be a fine use if you said, okay, we tell them that we lost our memories. How does that turn out? Or it would be just as fine to say we continue to be a little bit evasive about what happened. How does that turn out? You gotta pick one.
With the second one.
Honestly, I can probably save you. I can probably save you the side point. Percy's on the verge of just blurting it out anyway.
Well.
Yeah. And if it goes on much longer, Das is going to be asking in ways that are not particularly well hidden. Like, is it time to do the
thing? You can still spend it if you'd like to see how that would turn out, though, Peter.
Can I retroactively change it for the former? They
sure.
sense that something's off. Let's see how bad it is if we spill.
Okay. Sure.
You realize that you're making this check isn't going to affect the fact that Percy's probably about to spill anyway, right?
Well, you can make an effort to stop them.
Yeah, you know, if I say they all attack you and you all die, then of course Elise can do something to try and prevent that. But what Elise sees in the very near future, if the crew spills to them what has happened, what you've been through, and I'm going to include in this future revealing to them that you've lost your memories, is Natario takes it in stride. Libra seems thoughtful. The most expressive that you've seen of Libra is in your vision, and she looks thoughtful and contemplative. And Acid also looks thoughtful and starts asking directed questions about your memory loss. Like, as if she's trying to solve a puzzle.
Okay. Then, as that glimpse flashes, right? Elise kind of like rubs the side of her head as she points over at Percy with kind of like a circular motion with her hand, like, come on, get on with it, do the
thing. Yeah. Thinking of puzzles, I do want to declare Das does have both hands in the pocket, and there's probably quiet noises.
Yeah, I'll see that hand gesture from Elise, and I'll just look at, like, I'll just make eye contact, like, just a sort of, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Look.
Elise nods.
And then I'll just turn to Natario and say, okay, clearly we're not getting anywhere with both sides of this conversation, just circling around sniffing each other's asses like a pair of dogs. Let's just cut to the chase. We all woke up with amnesia.
Can I get some water? I'm having a very splitting headache right now.
Yeah. And Natario gets up and gets some water for anyone else. She gets water for anyone else that indicates.
I think we'll be talking for a bit.
Seriously, that's the response. Okay, God.
So, memory.
Okay, Joe, I guess you could ask for the water, and then I'll say, okay, we're not getting anywhere sniffing each other's asses. We lost our memories.
Okay. When? How?
We don't know. We woke up out of our cryopods about, I'm shit with dates. 2 months ago?
2 months.
Yeah. And
a day.
And a day. Thanks. Yeah. On the Raza with evidence of, like, what was it you said? spectral mishap, and just looking like it'd been stripped for half its parts, pretty much everything broken, and about to fly into the main star in the state system. So we managed to fix things up, landed ourselves on state, found basically a graveyard, like we said, and I'll continue on and just sort of briefly recount everything that's happened up until now.
Okay. The reactions are as I described in Elisa's version. Now you all get to see Libra emoting a thoughtful and contemplative expression to her face. You see Notario kind of taken in stride and asking appropriate questions to clarify. And Acid looking like you've just given her a puzzle. She's more interested in this than anything that has happened so far that you've seen.
Would you say she's asking probing questions?
She starts asking probing questions, yes.
Well, nice.
Wait.
Real quick, before she gets into that, now that the information's on the table, what's my name?
Oh, right. You wouldn't know yourselves.
Yeah, we found our criminal records on state, but we found criminal records for 5 of the 6 of us.
Acid interrupts Percy.
I guess we don't know they're right. Am I Douglas?
Acid interrupts everyone, including Notario, who's trying to answer Elisa's question, and she asks, "How much time did you lose? Do you remember anything?"
Nah.
Last 2 months, I have no memory. What's my goddamn name?
But we do know how to do things.
No episodic memory. That's all
know
gone.
how to do things? She interrupts Notario answering Elise again.
No episodic memory.
Like, what kind of things do you know how to do?
Well, I could fix the ship up.
I can shoot a gun and I can see the future, I think. What's my goddamn name?
Notario tries to answer again. And Acid. So you would say that you've retained experiential memories and skill and muscle memories, but you've lost all experiences. And as soon as Acid finishes asking, Notario quickly says, "Sarah Bramford. Your name is Sarah Bramford."
Damn it.
I keep swearing. I keep expecting to have her have like 5 different names for some reason.
Well, there's a good reason for that.
Wait, hold on. Acid, do you know something? Wait, hold on. God damn. It's too much.
Please elaborate.
Acid takes this opportunity to elaborate.
Which parts?
Oh God.
But with a look from Lyra, Acid is actually simmered and quiets down for a moment. And Notario looks over at Elise. You were our PR, sort of. More of a spin doctor.
Sorry, what?
So you would take on whatever role you needed wherever you went.
Made us look good, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay,
always had the clothes for it.
I mean, only so good given that we have a reputation as being these fucking terrifying terrorists.
Only so much.
There's
only so much you can do when Porcelain insists on attacking everything.
My job is PR?
Yeah. And terrorists have PR, who would have thought?
Should we maybe go to the ship where 119 John and 808 are?
Who's
No.
808?
He says it's an auspicious number. We kind of woke up and just had numbers on our pods, and we kind of went with those for a bit. And he said that was auspicious and decided to stick with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, according to the criminal records, that was Tajima Shiro.
Oh, the scary dude with the knives.
Exiled former heir of the United Imperial Shogunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was also another 3 pods another 4 pods there, 3 of them empty, and we found criminal records.
Interrupts Percy again. she gets up with her finished or half finished meal and says, "We're not done talking about your memories."
Yeah, sure.
And I think we should. We are 20 minutes over. We should probably call it a session there.
I appreciate the irony of Acid saying we're not done, and then we're done.
Yeah.
So much as I would quite happily keep going for another 40 minutes, yeah, we can stop there.
Yeah.
I do appreciate your willingness to carry it on.
I do love all the crosstalk and interruptions. it just
And sorry you didn't get an opportunity to jump in there, Nox.
It's all good. I didn't realize that I could just kind of join. And by the time I could, you guys were in a closed room.
Yeah. Well, you
Sorry.
could have joined the closed room. We knew where it was.
I suppose.
But that's also kind of why I was like, okay, maybe we should draw this back to make sure we have everyone here for all this.
Yeah, let's jump.
And hey, look, the mystery where Acid seems to know more than we do about the memories.
Yeah. We might get some information.
Memorologist.
I feel like
now.
I feel like Acid is doing for like the memory loss what Das is doing with the puzzle box. Like, it's the same thing.
Yeah. I already like Acid.
Can I just point out one thing? Elise said that she could see the future and nobody questioned that.
None of them did, no.
No.
So I guess it was a known thing.
It's a no.
Yeah. No,
I
I caught her mentioning that, and specifically no one reacted. Oh, let me put us on the
So every day she gets more and more confused. Also, PR manager, what the fuck?
To be fair, most PR managers don't disguise themselves.
Or should have done nearly as well as you do.
Or have really good shooting skills.
Yeah, something about PR manager doesn't add up to me, like the Sarah personality.
To be fair, though, assassination can manage your PR. If this person's bad-mouthing you...
Yeah, it's about cultivating an image, right? It's just that the image that we were cultivating was the scariest motherfuckers in the galaxy.
Well, sometimes cultivating requires that you prune the plant a little bit.
Exactly.